Whitney Young football is on the air. Live from Rockne Stadium on the west side of the greatest city in the world. It is week 5 of the high school football season in the state of Illinois. We are coming to you on the Whitney Young football YouTube channel with this evening's action between your Whitney Young Dolphins and the visiting Perspectives Warriors. Whitney Young moved to 4-0 on the season with a 21-12 wet win over the Westinghouse Warriors. Pat McHale led the Dolphins with 2 rushing touchdowns and a 17-yard touchdown pass to Sam Wyatt in what was the most balanced offensive attack of the season. The Dolphin defense dominated again, allowing only 1 touchdown while shutting down the outside speed of Westinghouse. Perspectives comes into tonight's game with a 1-3 record with 2 Redbird Conference losses to city powerhouses Kenwood and Morgan Park. The Warriors' lone victory this season came in their opener, where they defeated Pritzker 44-8. Tony McHale reporting. Our friend Todd Kibbe, as usual, is on assignment with the Lowell, Indiana Red Devils tonight. So alongside is the pride of Bend, Oregon, Charlie Bevins. Charlie, welcome to the broadcast.
Thank you for having me, Tony.
I know it is a bit early out here, but what do you think of this homecoming crowd?
Well, we got Batman in the stands, Tony.
There you go.
I mean, my goodness.
Not even Halloween yet.
Yeah, you know, there's a lot. Homecoming changes things when you're out there playing, because when it's your homecoming, you want to send everybody home happy. You want to make all the alumni proud. But when you're visiting, you want to ruin that homecoming. So I think both teams have a little extra incentive tonight.
So it'll be interesting. There's a big pep rally at school this morning. Everybody was fired up. So we'll see if the fans bring that energy out here this afternoon. They had to go to classes. They hopped on the school buses, came what's about 5 miles, I guess 6 miles out from campus to Rockne Stadium. So the stands are filling up. What effect do you think that this kind of pressure, a 4-0 team, you're somewhat expected to win tonight? What do you think that kind of pressure in this crowd, the effect it's going to have on the game tonight?
Well, like I said, it's certainly there's going to be a little more incentive going on, but I think early on with this sort of crowd that we're getting going, like I said, with homecoming and everything like that, might be a little early jitters, but I think as the game goes on, as you settle back in, things should go a little more smoothly for both sides.
So as the pregame rolls on, we always like to get Coach's perspective if possible, and I had the opportunity to speak to Coach Finger on the field a little bit earlier, and this is what he had to say about last week and today's game. Maybe not. Hold on. Where did Coach go? All right, we're going to try that one more time. All right, looks like Coach doesn't want to talk to us. but what he said, hold on. Maybe I'm doing the wrong thing. Here we go. Hold on.
We're joined again by head coach Dan Finger. Coach, most complete game of the season last week against the Westinghouse Warriors. How do you take that and build today?
We just keep telling our guys, to stick to our themes. Find a way Friday, lightning delay, inclement weather, something we haven't really seen during our practice times all summer and fall, and they just found a way. And we keep building on that each and every day, and then keep harping on them. We got to get better every day.
It's going to be another big crowd out here for the Dolphins. It's homecoming. The stands will be packed. How do you keep the kids focused?
This is a business trip for us. It's great that we can provide an environment for everyone else in the Whitney Young community to have some fun and support each other. And the pep rally today was a ton of fun, and seeing all the dance teams and everything was great. But for us, this is a business trip. Everybody's going to go home after this, and they might not necessarily come to another football game this year. And we've got to keep our season going. And 4-0 right now, we're trying to make it 5-0.
Perspectives has played both Kenwood and Morgan Park, 2 powers in the city of Chicago. What did the film look like, and how do you get ready for them today?
They're going to have a ton of size and strength in the trenches, and then a lot of speed on the perimeter. They're a Southside, sort of classic Southside team, and we're going to have to be really, really fundamentally sound, get as many hats to the ball as we can, and make sure we're not giving the ball away on offense.
Any other keys for the victory today?
Stay lasered in, stay focused. We were harping on this is our toughest challenge of the year. We've got to take what we can and improve on everything that we did last week. As great as it was, we need to get better, and we're just making sure that our guys are locked in on that.
Thanks, Coach. Good luck today.
Appreciate it. Go Dolphins.
Glad we could get Coach. I didn't want to have to paraphrase what he said. But what he said, when he means, Charlie, when he says they're a traditional Southside football team, is they're going to bring a super strong running game to the field today. probably not throw that much, but they're going to try and get their big, fast guys to the outside, and that's one of the successes that the defense has had so far. But if they don't, what do you think happens to the Dolphins?
I mean, like you said, if they're a run-first team, you got to take away the thing that they do best. So, it is quite demoralizing watching if you're a defensive player and you're just watching your team get gashed for 7 yards, 9 yards, 6 yards, all that. So if they're able to put a stop to that early, then I think they should be in a good spot.
So what I'm interested in seeing is what the Dolphins do, and we talked about it on the ride over. The Dolphins have had a super hard time so far this year running inside between the tackles. Most of their successes come when Frank Skotanis or Pat McHale has gotten to the outside, but this is probably going to be the fastest, strongest team that we've seen so far. So when you can't run inside, how do you take that game outside? What are you looking for?
Well, you need a lot of movement on the offensive line up front. So you got to bring some athleticism down there in the trenches if you want to get the outside zone going. One thing that I kind of like for Whitney Young is the hard play action you can sell off an outside run play. If you're able to sell that one way, go the other, cut the field in half for Pat McHale, maybe get some easy throws. We could also set up some shot plays that way.
Yeah, I think that the most encouraging thing last week was in the first 3 games, McHale had really focused on Anthony Hood, number 3, the sophomore, and junior H-back number 6, Alex Dale. But last week he threw to 5 different receivers, so I think he's gaining confidence in where the other players are going to be, and that opens up a lot more options for this young defense. We mentioned that part of the challenge with the blocking is there's 2 freshmen right now that are starting on this offensive line. So we are waiting. We see 2 officials here. The clock in daylight is rather hard to see. We think there's 2:49 on the clock right now at 4:07. The Dolphins have gone back underneath the bleachers into their locker room. We haven't seen a virtual coin flip or anything, so Perspectives is here. And while we're talking about it, we'll apologize again. But we were unable to get a Perspectives roster this week. What's available on Max Preps doesn't look accurate. There's a lot of kids without numbers. So we have the names and numbers of a couple kids. We'll get them to you as we have it. But if we refer just to some of these players as numbers, just know we just didn't have an opportunity to get the roster that we'd have loved to have had. So, Charlie, I know you just graduated from DePaul. You've done some basketball. When was the last time you were at a high school football game?
Probably the last time I played a high school football game, over 4 years ago. I was saying earlier, there's something about specifically warm-ups that I miss. Just kind of when you're on the field, sort of doing your own thing before team warm-ups, just getting in the zone. It's something that it's a little thing that you don't think about until you see it. So, kind of getting to see these kids have what I consider to be a very cool experience, playing on a homecoming on a beautiful day. I'm excited for them.
Yeah, so obviously no homecoming, no fall football last year for the Dolphins. The 2 years previous to that, it was about 45 degrees and raining. So I'm glad you didn't have to come out and survive in that. So
bear weather.
No, polar bear weather, more like it.
There you go.
That's what it was. So right now, as we wait for the teams to retake the field, it is 79 degrees, mostly sunny. It is a bit breezy here, not as windy as it was at the JV game on Wednesday, but there's probably a good 10 to 12 mile an hour wind out of the south. We don't have any flags here, so it's hard to kind of get that gauge of what a banner gives you. But it'll be interesting to see what effect that has on the game. Not so much on Perspectives if they come out with a strong running game, but if the Dolphins want to try and pass again, Pat McHale last week was 12 for 16 for 185 yards and the 1 touchdown. If the Dolphins want to do that, 2 things. The wind, throwing into the wind knocks the ball down a little bit. Throwing with the wind causes it to sail. So he'll have to make some on-field adjustments depending on the quarter, and we'll see what Coach Finger does with this coin toss.
Yeah, I wonder if the big chunk plays are drawn up more when they're going into the wind as opposed to against it. Like I said earlier, with the play action, you're able to make your passing game an extension of your run game. If you're able to just hit those dump offs and keep pace, get your quarterback into a rhythm, that can make a really big difference, and they may need to do something like that with this win.
Yeah, and we'll see what happens. Last week, McHale's, most of his success came from the shotgun when he rolled out, either right or left. He found some open receivers. So I think what Whitney Young did last week was they hit some quicker passes. They didn't necessarily try and hit the 25-yard downfield to Anthony Hood, but got the ball to Hood a little bit shorter and let him run. So with this what looks to be a big defensive line for perspectives, that could be the strategy again today, and then figure out a way to get Frank Skotanis back on track. He's had great fourth quarters the last 2 weeks, the last 2 games. He started off the season really hot. He had 5 touchdowns in his first 2 games. So,
yeah, the key to football is putting your best playmakers in advantageous situations. If they're able to just get the ball in the hands of Anthony Hood or Frank Skotanis, those are 2 of your best players. You're able to get those guys going. They're your best players for a reason.
And what they did really well last week, we talked about it. I think the Westinghouse team from last week and the Perspectives team from today are going to be pretty similarly talented and coached. Whitney Young was able to keep Westinghouse from hitting the big play. They had one which went for a touchdown, but other than that, Westinghouse was trying to grind out 3-4 yards at a time. The start of the second half, their first possession of the second half, they fumbled the ball, and then they had a couple 4-and-outs. So, again, you talked about it. We laugh about it, but Nando, number 15, the kicker, is a huge advantage in a game like this. You think it's going to be tight. If you can get a couple extra points and not have to go for 2, that could be the difference at the end of the game.
Yeah, I mean, having a kicker that can consistently not just hit field goals but can hit extra points in high school, it makes such a huge difference. If you're looking at the scoreboard and we were just talking about, if you're down 14 to 6 and you score again, you're thinking you have to go for it. Teams know what you're going to do in that situation. Right. So having that kicker that can be relied on is a huge advantage for Whitney Young.
Yeah, so it's 4-13, 4-12. We see 3 of the 5 officials, so I'm not sure if they have information that at least a 4th guy is going to show up. I can't imagine doing this type of game with just 3 officials. So the problem, it's great with 4:15, everybody to get out of here, be able to go to dinner, but the officials have to get off of work and get here. So
yes, yeah, you don't want your. They might be a little exhausted of just the 2 of them. End of the game.
White Hat's talking to Coach Finger. They're giving him a little bit of an explanation. So looks like we could have a little bit of a delayed start. The Whitney Young student body is still flowing in from campus. Everybody got out of school a little bit early today. Plus they missed first period, so everybody should be in a good mood. They brought the pep band. Not sure if you can hear that at home, but it should be a great atmosphere today for a high school football game.
Nothing better.
I think we are sitting in the senior section, so we'll see how it goes. I'm not sure if they're going to play jump around at the end of the 3rd period, but we will get there. We do not have a 7-second delay, Charlie, so you got to cover up the mic if the fans start getting a little unruly.
Will do.
Not that anybody's never heard any bad language, but and I don't think we're FCC regulated, so it'll be okay. So into the stadium has walked our principal, Dr. Joyce Kenner, with her orange pom-pom, and she is trying to get the crowd fired up.
Looks like she's doing a good job so far.
So, Charlie, before every game we do a Today in History. There wasn't really anything that interesting from today. So I'm going to give you a today in history from yesterday.
Okay.
Last week, when we played on Friday night, it was the 98th anniversary of the founding of what became the NFL. So if you were alive in 1920 for $100, you could have bought an NFL franchise.
That would have been a good investment.
Yeah, that is $100. But yesterday, whoa, man down. Yesterday, September 20th, was the day. It was 2001. It was the second game of the season. Drew Bledsoe started the game for the Patriots against the Jets. And in the second quarter, he was injured. And in came some guy named Tom Brady.
Who's that?
To replace him, and the rest is history. So 20 years ago in a day, Tom Brady took the field for the New England Patriots as an injury replacement for Drew Bledsoe. And I think he's won 7 Super Bowls since then.
Well, on Sunday, there was another quarterback who came in for an injured quarterback in week 2.
There you go, same story. You going to do it?
You know, maybe.
What are you predicting?
Are
you predicting 7 Super Bowls for Justin Fields?
I put the over-under at 7.5.
I like the fact you're not too ambitious about that.
just nothing too crazy.
So we mentioned that this is a non-conference game for the Dolphins. The Dolphins have 5 conference games that are in a 6-team conference, but at the highest level, there's 2 divisions. The Dolphins are in the Land of Lincoln Conference, and Prospectus is in the Redbird Conference. So this is crossover weekend. So every team from Land of Lincoln is playing a team from the Redbird. So the matchups, the premier matchups, and one of the top 5 matchups in the region this week. Tomorrow afternoon at 4 o'clock, Phillips takes on Simeon.
Wow.
So if you are anywhere near Gately Stadium at 4 o'clock tomorrow, that is the game to go see. That should be the CPS game of the season. Morgan Park and Kenwood would argue with me, but that should be a great clash. Lane is going to take on Curie later tonight at 7:15. Tomorrow, Taft and Morgan Park face off. Also at Gately tonight, I think Westinghouse is going to face Kenwood, and Lincoln Park is going to face Hubbard. So those are the top 12 teams in CPS football this year, and they are all facing off against one another tonight. So some interesting results. Should give you some idea of how the Public League playoffs might go, which start week 9 of this season. So right now, week 9 for the Dolphins is unscheduled because we'll have to wait to see who our playoff opponent is, where we finish within the Land of Lincoln Conference. So the Dolphins are standing up. Not sure. I still only see 3 officials. There is a car that just pulled onto the field. I wonder if they let the officials if they're a little bit late, come right onto the field. So
I should start being late to more things.
Not sure you get that kind of privilege yet. So here go the Dolphin captains are lining up on the sideline on the 50-yard line. Number 77, senior Tommy Basario. Number 8, senior Sam Wyatt. Number 6, junior Alex Dale. And number 12, senior Patrick McHale are the captains this year for the Dolphins. Number 50, and again, I apologize, we don't have names, but number 50 for Perspectives is going out as the game captain. Looks like Tommy Basario is going to be the game captain today. He's going out for the coin toss. The other 3 are standing on the hash mark because you can play football, but you can't get too close for the coin toss.
6'5", 289. That's a good size to have on your line right there.
So he came to Whitney Young thinking he was going to play basketball for Coach Slaughter, and basically has grown into a major college prospect at either offensive tackle or defensive tackle. He has several college offers that he got over the summer after some of the camps that he went to. Here we go. There's a 4th official. We're getting closer. Yeah, so Tommy, I think, is going to play at the next level along with some of these other Dolphins.
Do you know any of the schools that he was offered?
They're escaping me right now, but some Division II offers right now. I know he talked to some Power 5 Division I schools over the summer.
Yeah, well, that's terrific. I mean, there's something about playing multiple sports that just makes you better at one of them. So, You assume you play basketball, you're playing offensive tackle now, you probably have pretty good feet and mobility.
So Perspective has taken the field. They are getting ready. I didn't see the did you see a signal from the referee?
I don't think so.
But it looks
I think
like
there's 4 of them.
the way Perspective came out on the field, it looks like Perspective is going to get the ball first. We are going to remember to put the scoreboard up. As we get ready to go here. So not too bad, only 6 minutes late here today for the Dolphins, as opposed to the 30-minute delay we had last week. So the Dolphins are going to kick from the south to the north of Rockne Field. The wind is going to be at their back in the first quarter. The Dolphins are gathered around Coach Finger. So, Charlie, this is one of the, in a 4-0 season, this is one of the places the Dolphins have had some trouble. They allowed a kick return for a touchdown last week and a kick return for a touchdown in week 1. So it will be interesting to see what they do here. With the wind at their back, Nando Lozano probably has the leg to get it into the end zone. The deep man for Perspective is standing at his own 5-yard line in the middle of the field.
The name of the game on these kinds of plays is discipline. Just fill your lanes, everything will fall into place. If you don't do that, that's kind of how those big explosive returns happen.
So it looks like we're about ready to get underway. Right now, the Dolphins have 5 players on either side of the football. Lozano's getting his last instructions from the head linesman. So it'll be interesting. Usually, with only 4 officials, here we go. We got 5 now. All right, so we got a full crew.
Just in time.
So the Dolphins are a little bit bunched right now on either hash mark. They're not stretched out along the 35. Lozano's got his hand up. The referee gives him the signal. The Dolphins spread out. They're going to have 6 guys on the far sideline. Sam Wyatt goes to Lozano's right, 4 to the short side, and we are underway. Lozano misses the ball a little bit, comes up. It's caught about the 30-yard line, and Perspectives is going to have the ball 1st and 10 on the 30. Let's see where they put it. They're going to put it on the big line on the 35.
It's a bit of that's a tricky place sometimes when a ball kind of goes weird directions like that. Good job by the Dolphins to make sure that doesn't go anywhere.
And it kind of worked out. I don't necessarily think that's what Lozano intended to do. It came off at the tee a little bit oddly, but I think you'll give Perspectives the ball in the 35 and let them drive the length of the field. So, yeah, seeing the clock is going to be super tough right now with the sun on it. So the Dolphins are ready. Let's see.
Dolphins with 1 safety deep.
Quarterback looks like number 3 next to him. To his left is a single setback. 9, they have 2 wingbacks. He waits the snap, the handoff right up the middle. Wyatt leads the tackling. The Dolphins got in there early. Sam Wyatt stood the running back up, pushed him back. They're going to say loss of a yard. So great play, great start from the Dolphins.
That was an interesting set from the Knights right there. Their linemen were a little more upright. They usually indicate some sort of pass protection, but they handed it off there out of that tight bunch.
Yeah, and the slot receiver on the far left was far in the backfield. So you got a 4-man defensive front for the Dolphins right now. Amos, Roman, Basario, and Skotanis. Clayton and Dale as the inside linebackers. White and Wilmoth kind of outside. 2 receivers wide, 4 in the backfield. Here comes the snap again, another inside handoff to number 4. Little running room for him that time. Out to the 41. So it's going to be 3rd down and 6.
You know, Perspectives gets off the ball. They definitely fire off that snap. Good job by Whitney Young to stop that before it could get started.
So the linebackers, I think this is what we expected to see, a strong running game. Now the worry for the Dolphins is you have those 2 wingbacks right now that haven't done anything yet. They haven't gone in motion. But they're what the outside linebackers have to watch out for. How do they incorporate those 2 guys into the lineup? So right now 4 and 5 lined up as wingbacks, 2 wide receivers, 3 is the quarterback. He's waiting for the snap, single running back next to him. Inside handoff to number 9 again. The Dolphins stand him up. Great leg drive, though. There's a whistle, so it's going to be 4th down and about 2. So the Dolphins had number 9, the running back, stood up, but his leg drive enabled him to pick up about 3 yards. So it's 4th and 2. The ball's going to rest on the 43-yard line.
Yeah, looks like they're going to go for it here. Interesting decision with the ball only at the 40 in your own territory.
Well, I'd be surprised if they have a punter. And with that kind of leg drive, any kind of crease. So now number 9 is at a wingback. 3 is the quarterback. And I think you have 4 to the left of the quarterback is the running back. Sam Wyatt walks up on the line. Another inside handoff. A lot of leg drive. He should get it. It looked like he just barely got to the 45-yard line. The line judge on this side is saying 1st down. So a 4th down conversion, got exactly to the 45-yard line.
Well, it didn't completely stop him. That was a good job by Sam Wyatt of dragging the guy backward instead of pushing him more upfield. A lot of times you see guys just get 1st downs because somebody basically tackled them into it. It was a nice effort there by Sam Wyatt.
So this big offensive line for Perspective so far, not really putting their will on the Dolphins, but moving the pile enough on those plays 2, 3, and 4 to pick up the exactly 10 yards. And those are the balls on the 45-yard line. So some confusion in the play calling. A couple players in and out of the Perspective huddle. They break the huddle. Number 2 comes wide. Now they have a slot receiver on this side, number 35, who's really in the backfield. So 2 receivers left, 2 receivers right this time. Number 9 is the running back. He's to the left of the quarterback. Pat McHale shaded to his left. Some motion by Perspectives.
It's like a false start.
So for the first time, the Whitney Young Dolphin fans get involved in the game.
This is my favorite chant.
So right now the Dolphin fans are sitting down, not really into the game yet, so looking for a big play. So Perspective's behind the chains now, and I think as a running team, that's not where you want to be, Charlie.
No, definitely not. I mean, the big thing when you're a running team is you want to stay on schedule. You don't want to end up in these 1st and longs that become 2nd and longs that become 3rd and 5s. You want to be on schedule so you can be as unpredictable as you can, even if you are probably going to lean more into your run game.
So one thing to watch, even though we can't see the scoreboard, is drives like this start eating time off the clock. So the Dolphins' possessions are going to get that much more valuable if they're only going to have 1 or 1.5 a quarter. 2 receivers each side, single running back. Here comes a snap, jet sweep reverse. Number 11's coming to this side. He's out to the 50, cuts it back inside. He's going to pick up the 1st down. He's going to get the ball down to the 44 of Whitney Young, so that's going to be a 1st down.
Josh Wildemuth almost made the tackle there. He broke down, but he just wasn't able to quite bring him down.
So first time into Dolphin territory, they're going to put the ball on the 45. So 1st and 10 from the Dolphin 45. The 6th play of the drive coming up right now. So an impressive opening from Perspectives. They overcame that penalty, but that's the danger of those 2 wingbacks and those slot guys, Charlie, is a little razzle-dazzle.
Well, yeah, when you're that tight into the formation as Perspectives has been, it's not often you expect them to kick it outside like that. So Nice game of trickery from the Knights.
No safety. McHale's walking up closer to the line. There's a snap. 3 rolls to his left. It's going to be a straight run. Here comes Alex Dale. The ball's on the ground. Ball's on the ground. Alex Dale pulled the ball out. It looks like the Dolphins have it. So a straight run from Perspectives. Number 3, the quarterback. He rolled out to his left. Nobody blocked Alex Dale, that right side middle linebacker, right side inside linebacker. Alex wrapped him up and was able to take that right hand and pull the ball out. So, big stop by the Dolphins. We're not even going to guess how much time is left. So the Dolphins are going to take over 1st and 10 on the 50-yard line.
That was excellent play recognition by Alex Dale to not see if a handoff was going to happen. He saw the quarterback was going to keep it, and he just shot right through the middle. He's able to make a play on that.
Yeah, interesting if that's a coaching point. Number 3, the quarterback, tucked the ball a little early, so there was no thought that he was going to throw it. It was a straight run. So McHale leads his Dolphins out onto the field at the 50. Anthony Hood in the slot on the right. Wyatt, single receiver on the left. Carter on the top. Hood comes in motion. There's a flag on the play.
Like another false start.
Illegal procedure. So the Dolphins are going to go backward right away. Looked like there was a little bit of confusion. Anthony Hood wasn't sure. They've run the jet sweep a couple times to Anthony, and I think
those 5-yard penalties are tough because we were just talking about it. You want to stay on time as much as you can. It looks like Whitney Young is more willing to open up their pass game, which is good when you fall behind the sticks like that. But still, you want to stay on clock.
Yep. So Anthony Hood to the top of the screen, Carter and Wyatt to the bottom. Skotanis is a single set. He sends Dale in motion to the right side. The snap, McHale's going to roll out to his right. He's going to pick up about 20 yards on the rollout to the right. So big first down for the Dolphins back into Perspectives territory.
Big run and excellent downfield blocking there by Anthony Hood on the sidelines. His cornerback could have made a play on that, but he just drove him into the ground and was able to get probably an extra 2 or 3 yards there for McHale.
So a 20-yard gain for McHale, and that was a straight run for him. He didn't look to pass. So 1st and 10 from the 35. Just to set the Perspectives defense, they look like they have 3 down linemen. They're going to have 4 linebackers, and right now they have 4 defensive backs, a single safety and 3 cornerbacks. So same alignment, Hood to the top, Carter and Wyatt to the bottom.
Slot corner just came down. Looks like you may be on a blitz.
McHale waits for the snap. Handoff to Skotanis. Skotanis up the middle. He's going to pick up 3 yards. So I'll tell you, Charlie, that is actually a good play for the Dolphins. Just because in previous weeks that's been stopped in the backfield. So if they can get 3 or 4 yards on these initial plays when the defense is still fresh, I think that's going to be a huge benefit.
Well, right now they're getting a push up front. And as you said, if they've been struggling with that recently, it's not happening so far tonight.
Same alignment as the last time. 2 receivers to the bottom of the screen. Hood to the top. Skotanis to the right of McHale. Dale is a H-back on the left side. Fake. Out to Dale. Dale's outside. Dale's going to be about a yard short of the first down. So Dale came across the formation after the play action, Charlie. You called that in the pregame. So they're going to put the ball on the 27, so it's going to be 3rd and 2.
All it takes is just a little bit of hesitation. You can turn a small play into a big one. That's why I love building your play action game off your run game, where it becomes essentially an extension of the run game, where you see he's able to just dump off and it turns into an easy 6 or 7 yards.
Right, easy throw. McHale just kind of stood there like he didn't have the ball anymore, and Dale was wide open for that short gain. So you get to the outside, you make Perspectives chase a little bit, make their eyes move. So Skotanis in the pistol this time behind McHale. 2 receivers to the short side. Skotanis takes a handoff up the middle. He's down to the 15, outside, down to the 10, the 5. Touchdown, Frank Skotanis. A 27-yard touchdown run. Skotanis took the ball up the middle and then broke out to his left and was untouched as he ran into the end zone.
That was an excellent job just reading the play, knowing where the tacklers are going to be, knowing your leverage. When you're able to start in the middle and you're able to bounce it out outside about 10 yards downfield, that shows you're able to see the play super well, and he did on that play. Excellent run by Skotanis.
So right now, 6-0 for the Dolphins, pending the extra point. Lozano lines up. Mikhail's a holder. Perspectives offsides again. It was blocked.
Blocked.
But there should have been. So here's the problem. So blocked for the first time. Perspectives jumped off sides, but there's no line judge on these on the point after, so nobody saw it. So the Dolphins are going to take a 6-0 lead. So quick recap. Four plays. Drive started at the 50-yard line, and a 27-yard run from Frank Skotanis on 3rd down and 2.
Be able to peel off big runs like those, it's going to be a long day for the Knights.
So we're not. It looks like four minutes and change left in the first quarter. So we'll see what the Dolphins do on this kickoff again. But a huge drive after the fumble caused by Alex Dale. Dolphins pick the ball up at the 50, and we're able to drive it in. So we said every possession is going to be precious, even more when you can get points off of a turnover. We're waiting for the white hat. The white hat is writing down the score, I believe. So welcome to everybody that's viewing on our Whitney Young YouTube channel. It is a beautiful day here at Rockne Stadium, about 78 degrees with a little breeze out of the south. Lozano gets the signal from the white hat. He spreads his guys out. Wyatt goes to the top of the screen to put 6 there, 4 on the bottom. Number 1 is standing at the goal line for perspectives. He awaits the kickoff. Lozano runs up. A little bit deeper this time.
Excellent.
That's going to be a touchback. Wow. Great kick by Lozano. Put it right in the corner.
That's a huge, like I said, we keep talking about having a great kicker like that. It's a huge advantage. If you're able to just bury a team at their own 20, don't let them get a chance to return a kick. That's a big.
And especially when that's been what's killed you all year, that third team, that special teams. So now 80 yards to drive for perspectives to tie this football game. We'll see what formation they come out in, what they do. So 6 plays on the previous drive, resulting in the fumble, all runs. Drive started on the 35, and they picked up 20 yards. Perspectives takes a long time in the huddle. We'll have to see I doubt if anybody will call a delay a game, but they take a long time getting ready.
Let's see what their response is. Maybe they try to get away from the ground.
So number 1 now looks like he's going to take the snap. 9 is to his left. Number 4, you have 3 receivers to the top of the screen on the left. So number 1 takes it, or number 11, I'm sorry, he takes it, he gets the edge, he's outside. There's a flag on the play. So right now it's going to be an 11-yard gain for number 11, but I have a feeling it's coming back. So there's a flag on the 23-yard line.
Looked explosive on that play.
Yeah, he was able to get the edge, so a little bit quicker than number 3. So a bit of a wildcat. Again, we didn't have a roster, so we didn't see how many quarterbacks they were going to start. It looked like from the little bit of film we saw, number 3 was the primary quarterback. The signal from the white hat is going to be holding, so that's a spot foul from the 23. So it's going to go back to the 13-yard line where it will be 1st down and 17. So 2 early penalties for perspectives. Not the way you want to start the game, and if you have a running attack, not what you want to do.
You said, you're setting yourself back before you can even get started. That's going to make it really tough, especially if Whitney Young's able to score quickly, the way the clock's running off.
So number 3 back in shotgun to take the snap. 4 to his left. 2 receivers, 1 right, 1 left. 2 wing backs. The snap goes to 3, handoff to 4 up the middle. He buries his head, and he's stopped right at the line of scrimmage. It looked like Alex Dale and Joseph Clayton again stopping up that middle. So the head linesman standing right at the line of scrimmage.
There's a hole. There's a little bit of opening he had off to the right side. I'm surprised he didn't take it. But
well, Charlie, if you look,
job.
he dropped his head right away, so he was committed to going up the middle looking for that space. So second down. Right now, this line, so Amos, Basario, Skotanis, and Roman on the defensive line for Whitney Young. Dale and Clayton inside linebackers. So Wildemuth just has to be careful with what he's doing out there. He's the outside linebacker right now. He's got outside contain. And then number 23, Luke Yolich, is kind of lined up as a safety. So we got number 3 takes a snap. Deep ball, Yolich. Number 11 from perspectives actually breaks up the pass because Yolich was in far better position to catch that.
He's almost like a punter on that play.
Yeah, he just went up. And it's interesting, if that had been changed, if that had been a defensive player going like that, that would have been pass interference because he never turned his head to find out where the ball was.
Oh, it's a good job by Whitney Young just being positioned to make sure an explosive play doesn't happen.
Yeah, great job by Yolich. Yolich was actually up. So he took that receiver and just went backward, didn't get fooled by 3 trying to run. So third down and 17 for perspectives right now. Ball rests on the 13-yard line. Perspective taking a long time in the huddle. Number 3 goes back over to the sideline to get a play. So it looks like he'll take the snap.
You know, really often forgotten part about play calling is just the simplicity of your play calls. It seems like Perspectives has taken a while in the huddle, as you've been pointing out.
So different formation this time. 3 receivers to the bottom, to the Whitney Young near side. 1 to the top. Inside handoff. Back to number 4. He breaks a tackle. Dales hits him at the 20 and brings him down. So a pickup of 7, but it's going to bring up 4th down and 10. So I'm not sure what you're going to do here. It does not look like they're bringing a punter onto the field.
We'll be putting Whitney Young in great position.
So the ball rests nose on the 20-yard line. Now here it looks like they're going to bring on their kicking team. The big offensive linemen are going off to the sideline, and number 35 for Perspectives looks like he's going to drop back and be the punter. The Dolphins right now don't believe anything that Perspectives is doing. There's nobody deep. So they have had some problems also fielding punts. They've had a couple muffs. So last week McHale went deep, but right now nobody deep. Hood outside and Wildemuth outside on the right. McHale, normally a safety, is on the line of scrimmage on that far right end, and you got Yolich on the left end. Now here comes 84 for Perspectives as a gunner. Anthony Hood on him.
Better safe than sorry, I suppose.
Good snap. It kicks off. It's going to bounce at the 35 of Perspectives, roll out to the 46, so a good roll, but the Dolphins are going to take over. 1st and 10 on the Perspectives 46-yard line.
Well, I think that was the right decision there by Whitney Young to not send anybody back there, because you figure, well, what best case scenario, it's not like he's going to hit it down to the 30. So if you're able to just play it safe and let the ball down itself, I like the play call there by Coach
So it looks like we're going to guess a minute 34, Charlie, on the clock. Is that?
Yeah, that looks
It looks
right.
good. So under 2 minutes. Whatever it is, under 2 minutes. So the Dolphins have a minute and a half with the wind. McHale threw just 1 pass on that last drive to Alex Dale. So you got Dale and Wyatt tight this time. Right on the left side of the formation, right next to Basario. Wyatt now walks out toward the hash. Right now, that's an illegal formation, but inside pitch to Hood. He comes to the near side, cuts it up, down to the 40, down to the 35, down to the 34. So a 12-yard pickup for Anthony Hood on that little inside shovel pass. But I'll tell you, Charlie, that was an illegal formation.
Yeah,
they had 5 guys in the backfield.
Whitney Young got away with one there, but that was really good vision by Anthony Hood to break down and change direction, cut up the middle. A lot of times you have a tendency to, when you're going outside, to just stay outside. He's able to cut it back, pick up a couple extra yards.
All right, so we'll call it 11. They put the ball down on the 35. So breaking out, that was a pass. So second pass for McHale. In the pistol, hands off, fumble. The ball's kicked. It looks like Whitney Young is able to pick it up. Now it's gonna be a first down. So what happened is Skotanis didn't take the handoff from McHale, went through his arms, but he kicked it. He kicked it forward 11 yards or 10 yards, and I'm not sure who that was. I think it was number 51, Opadale, who was able to fall on the ball. So a hugely fortuitous bounce for Whitney Young on that, but they've struggled with that handoff the last couple weeks. They fumbled it twice against Lane Tech. They fumbled it once last week and once so far today, so I have to watch out for that.
Just like they drew it up.
Yeah. Fake the handoff. McHale rolls right, outruns the defensive end. The ball's over the middle, a little high for McHale. So he had Anthony Hood open, but as he was rolling to his right, it was just a little bit over Hood's head. So it's going to be second down and 10 from the 25.
That boot game really helps create some space for their quarterback, especially if they struggle up the middle. You're able to get your quarterback on the move. That's a tough throw to make, though, basically throwing across your body.
And I think what you saw there, McHale was able to get outside of the defensive end, number 99. So Coach Lemming's going to mark that down. That's going to be open again in the near future, especially with just that three-man front that Perspectives is running right now. So second and 10 from the 25. Two receivers to the left, Carter and Wyatt. Hood goes to the top of the screen. Skotanis to the right of McHale this time. Dale behind Basario as an H-back on the left side of the formation. No safeties deep for Perspectives. McHale takes a snap, fakes a handoff. He looks again, same play. Oh, so better pass from McHale. Dale just short-armed that a little bit. Same play they ran on the first drive.
Yeah, you got to have that one. Now it's third and long, and you're in a tough position.
So third and 10. We've always wondered what Lozano's range was, but from right here, it would be a 42-yard field goal. Can't see how much time is on the clock. So if this is a running play, I'm going to guess it would end the quarter. So I'm not sure you'd have a chance to kick a field goal with the wind. So Skotanis to the left of McHale. McHale waits for the snap. Rolls to his left this time. Tucks it under. He's going to get to the 21-yard line. So a pickup of 4 is going to bring up 4th and 6.
This might be a spot you go for it, depending on how you feel about your kicker's leg.
So from there it would be a 38-yard field goal. The sixth play of the drive coming up. The drive started at the Perspectives 46-yard line, so only 15 or 25 yards so far. So it's going to be the end of the quarter, Charlie. We're going to take it down to the other end for this fourth down play. So it looks like Perspectives has dressed 21 kids. As we watch the tape, Charlie, there's some players out there that we saw in the first game that aren't out there today.
Yeah, when you're short staffed like that, you can run out of gas quick. So Whitney Young starts to pull away towards the end of the game. That could be one of the reasons why.
And you can see already the Perspective kids, the defensive linemen were already on their knees as it was clear the quarter was over. It took them a little bit of time to get up and walk down to the other end of the field. So some of these big guys are a little tired already.
Maybe an opportunity to establish that inside run game. They've been able to bounce it outside a couple times, both McHale and Skotanis. If they can get it up the middle, that allows you to diversify your run game in a really helpful way.
All right, so they're lined up. The ball rests on the, we'll call it the 22. Two receivers at the bottom of the screen, Hood to the top, Skotanis to the left. McHale fakes a handoff. He's got a wide open Dale at the 10, at the 5. Dale makes a move, holds on to the football, He's going to dive into the end zone. They're going to say he stepped out of bounds at the 2-yard line. So a huge conversion for the Dolphins right there. Dale ran wide open down the sideline, almost a tight end wheel route.
Yeah, there was nobody anywhere near him. That's a good effort by Perspectives to bring him down. Of course, he stepped out, but Whitney Young's got something cooking right now.
Yeah, so Dale caught the ball on the 10-yard line, made a move at the 5, inside, got down to the 1, and he must have stepped out because he lunged into the end zone. So McHale under center now. Are we surprised they don't try to sneak here?
Yeah.
McHale touchdown.
Get in pretty easily.
Uh-oh. One of the Dolphin linemen got a little twisted up. See if he's okay. So 7 plays on that drive, Charlie.
Efficient.
First play of the second quarter. The Dolphins take it in from 1 yard out. That was a 46-yard drive.
Got down there quick. I mean, 7. Yeah, be able to create those chunk plays really makes your offense have an easier time.
So let's see if they block a little better this time. Snap, kick is up. Referees give it a good. So the Dolphins take a 13-0 lead with 1 play gone in the second quarter. So they've taken advantage of a fumble where they got the ball on the 50-yard line, and then the short punt where they took over on the Perspectives 46. So doing what Coach talked about, taking advantage of what they're given and not leaving points on the field right now. So a 13-0 lead for the Dolphins. They're going to kick into the win, so we'll see where that goes.
Student section's getting into it now.
But a great start so far for the Whitney Young Dolphins.
You're in a great spot right now if you're Whitney Young. You're making.
So the key here is not allow a run back.
Yes, if you're able to do that, sets them up very nicely. If you can get him inside, because we saw, it's tough to drive 80 yards down the field. If you're able to kick him back in the end zone for a touchback.
So number 11 for Perspectives is on the goal line. I don't think the ball's going to go that far with the wind swirling a bit now, having a hard time keeping it on the tee. He's going to have somebody hold it. Yeah, the wind was coming out of the south when the game started. Now it's swirling a bit. We'll see if they get it to stay on the tee this time. Lozano's waiting for the white hat.
Seems to be a bit of a confusion on the
I think he's got it. He's ready. The ball falls off the tee again. They're going to have somebody hold it. So we'll have to see what, if any, changes Perspectives is able to make as they take the ball. I would assume they're going to get pretty good field position. Almost, Charlie, now feels like the wind's coming out of the east.
Yeah, it's definitely been changing course. It was, like you said, it was going north-south earlier today.
So 11 is the deep man for Perspectives. So the Dolphins have to put another man on the left side of the formation. You got to even it up. So Lozano approaches the ball, gets his foot into it. Another short kick. That's a live ball. That's a live ball. The Dolphins recover it, the unintentional onside kick, and the Dolphins recover it. Will Carter with the recovery. That ball came off Lozano's foot oddly, and number 5 for Perspectives didn't field it in the air. He let it bounce. Everybody kind of looked at each other, and Will Carter smartly, the 6'4" freshman, right? You brought it up earlier. Went up and got that rebound, pulled the ball down. So a huge break for the Dolphins, recovering that kick.
Got to get your fundamentals down. Always grab the ball if it's on a kickoff. Now Whitney Young has a chance to blow this one pretty wide
So
open.
1st and 10 on the Perspectives 45. You want to talk about breaks going for you. First, the fumble recovery and 10-yard gain, and now the unintentional onside kick. So Skotanis to McHale's right. McHale waits for the snap. Handoff. Skotanis goes outside
Big
left.
hole up the middle.
He's at the 35. He's down to the 30. The ball's on the ground.
Ball's out.
The ball's on the ground. So Skotanis, as he got tackled at the 30-yard line, fumbled the ball. They're going to say Whitney Young recovered it, but a great run from Skotanis. It's going to be a 16-yard run. See where they put the ball in the 29. So all the breaks right now going the Dolphins' way. They just love putting the ball on the big line here, Charlie.
Yeah.
All right, so we're going to call it a 15-yard. We're going to call it a 15-yard run. Not sure who recovered it for the Dolphins. But lots of running room so far for everybody. Wyatt now in it running back. Skotanis getting new gloves.
There's a huge hole up the middle on that last play.
McHale rolls to his left. Wyatt is the blocker. There's a flag on the play. Going to be holding.
It's like it might have been a chop block of some kind.
So we're going to see the umpire through the flag. He's pointing at Whitney Young. Chop block will be a 15-yard penalty. The ball was on the 30. McHale picked up about 3 yards on that scramble. We're waiting. The referees are having a conversation. McHale comes to the sideline to get a play. Umpire is going to start chop block. You called it, Charlie. So that could be a 15. That could be a 15-yarder. So a chop block. He had two guys engaged with the defender. One guy high, one guy low. So the ball's going to go back to the 45-yard line.
Yeah, on the front side, he created a big hole, but can't do that.
So first down again, but this time 25 from the Perspectives 45-yard line. So kind of like the Skotanis run never happened. So Dolphins still in good shape, but that's the first break against them, so we'll have to see what they do. McHale sends Wildemuth and Carter out to the right, Hood to the top, Wyatt, single setback behind McHale, next to McHale now, Dale to his right. McHale takes a snap, looks left to Hood, little short screen. Hood's going to pick up about 2 yards down to the 43. So he's going to bring up second down.
That was a
23.
That was a great job by Tommy getting out there and play. I mean, he's coming off the edge. He's able to make a big block on that. It could have possibly resulted in a big
What do you got in
play.
your playbook for 2nd and 23? Dolphins have to get
Verts.
Dolphins have to get into the wind. Dolphins have to get down to their own or to the Perspectives 20. Same setup as last time. Wyatt to McHale's right. McHale takes a snap, rolls to his right. Little dump pass to Dale. Dale's got down to the 35, 30, 25. See where they mark him out of bounds. They're going to put him out of bounds at the 21. So another big pass play. It's going to bring up 3rd and 1. They're going to mark Dale out at the – no. What do we got? The line judge is saying – all right, they're going to put that ball at the 20, Charlie. I'm sorry. So it's going to be 1st and 10. So that's what you had for 2nd and 23.
Guess so. I mean, you know, the best thing you can do for a quarterback is give him as many layups as possible, and that's what McHale's been getting so far, and they've been turning into big plays.
That pass was wide open. So a 23-yard pass, McHale to Dale, gives the Dolphins a fresh set of downs. Wyatt to McHale's right. Dale goes in motion. 2 receivers to the left. McHale waits the snap. He takes it. Hands off inside to Wyatt. Wyatt breaks it back. Down to the 15, down to the 14. So a lot of arm tackling going on right now by Perspectives. Wyatt was, I apologize if I said Dale. Wyatt was the carrier on that one, down to the 15, so a 5-yard gain. But he was contacted at the line of scrimmage, but just a lot of arm tackles. So that's going to bring up 2nd and 5 from the 15.
A lot of times when you're running out of gas, you start losing your fundamentals, and that could be what's happening to Perspectives right now because, like you said, those arm tackles a lot of times It's a result of just not being able to break down.
Dolphins in the pistol this time. Wyatt behind McHale. McHale takes a snap, hands off to Wyatt. Wyatt right up the middle. Stopped that time, probably only for a 1-yard gain, so we'll say down to the 14-yard line.
Someone's down under the pile.
So it's going to bring up a 3rd and 4 for the Dolphins. Inside run not there that time. Perspectives defensive line did their job. Number 50, it looks like, and number 9. So you can see right now, Charlie, 9 and 4 are playing defensive line as well as being the key running backs when the prospective Warriors are on offense.
Yeah, you mean put your 2 best players in a position where they're going to be around the ball the most.
Wyatt to McHale's left. Hood to his right. Inside handoff. Wyatt takes it. Wyatt is going to fall forward. He's going to get a first down.
Goes down a little
Inside.
more.
Inside the 10-yard line to the 8. A great run by Sam Wyatt right there. Both hands on the ball, and he just pushed his way forward to that first down. So we'll call it a pickup of 6 for Sam. Goal to go for the Dolphins from the 8-yard line. And the 7th play of the drive coming up.
We got a wave going.
By the time this play goes, we'll be under 7 minutes in the second quarter. So same formation. Ball's on the right hash. Carter and Wildemuth go left. Hood to the bottom right. Wyatt to McHale's left. There's a whistle. It looks like there's a timeout. Looks like Perspectives is going to take a timeout.
We need to catch their breath. It's been a long time since Perspectives has been on offense.
All right. So an impressive performance in the first half so far for the Dolphins, Charlie. Is this what you expected?
You know, yes, they've been taking advantage of the opportunities that are given to them. The biggest thing you can do when you get a turnover is to make something out of it, and they've gotten 2 so far. Looks like they're about to score on the second one.
Yeah, there's not a lot of – we were worried about the running game for the Dolphins because it's been kind of stopped up the middle, but so far the running back success for the Dolphins has at least started in the middle. Skotanis was able to bump his touchdown run to the outside, but everything else has started in the middle between the tackles, and the Dolphins are just dominating the line of scrimmage right now.
Yeah, they are, and as you said, that's an area they've struggled with recently, so it seems like it might be a point of emphasis as they try to get that going, maybe get some reps of success on that.
So the teams come back out on the floor, onto the field. Hood to the bottom of the screen. 2 receivers to the top. Wyatt to the left of McHale, single set. Dale lined up as an H-back to the right of the formation. Nobody deep for Perspectives. Dale goes in motion. McHale rolls left. He cuts it back inside. He's going to score. Touchdown, McHale.
That was a great cutback by McHale. That play looked to be going nowhere. He's able to plant his foot in the ground and get upfield for an easy touchdown on that play.
Second quarter. Hey, 7 plays again. That's back-to-back.
Look at that.
That drive started on the 45. Line up for the extra point again. Skotanis, the long snapper. McHale, the holder. Lozano to put a foot in it. There's a flag down. The umpire threw a flag. I'm not sure what it is. They're going to move the Dolphins back, though. No signal from the white hat. Not sure what they're calling.
False start, most likely.
I guess. So the ball's going to be spotted at the 15, so a 25-yard extra point into a bit of a breeze. Snap is good, hold is down, kick is no good.
The stands don't seem to know.
Details. So it seems we jinxed Lozano a little bit by talking about his early season success.
Yes. I get back into a groove.
But the Dolphins have a 19-point lead. We'll call it 6. You want to call it 6:52? 5:52.
That's like 6.
6. We'll go 6:52.
Yeah. It's starting to get darker. The scoreboard comes a little easier to read.
So 3 possessions for the Dolphins, 3 touchdowns from the Dolphins, 3 rushing touchdowns. Key play on that last drive was the 2nd and 23, 23-yard pass completion from McHale to Dale. Looks like the ball's staying up. Amos looks like he's going to hold the ball. Not sure what he's doing out there. He's messing things up.
You're in a terrific spot right now if you're Whitney Young.
So the Dolphins are going to hold the ball on the kickoff, keep it from the wind. Let's see where this goes. Number 11 is about his 2-yard line. Lozano with his approach. Another short kick. Up in the wind. It's a live ball. It's a live ball. Will Carter again. Will Carter again with the recovery, this time on the 40. All the breaks are going the Dolphin way right now.
That'll be, I believe, 3 kicks where the Knights are not on the field. I mean, it has been a while since their offense has gotten out there.
Yep.
See if Whitney Young can take advantage once again, because if they do, boy, I don't love the Knights' chances at that point.
So 1st and 10 from the 40 this time. Will Carter with 2 huge rebounds, if you will. Skotanis back at running back. 2 receivers to the top, Hood to the bottom. Dale is an H-back. Dale comes in motion to the right. McHale gets a snap, hands off to Skotanis. Skotanis up the middle. He's going to get down to the 36, so about a 4-yard pickup, where the linesman is a 3-yard pickup. So 2nd and 7 for the Dolphins.
The Dolphins going right back up the middle. There seems to really be a point of emphasis this week.
So we were down on the field, Charlie, and this prospective team is not small. I mean, they have some big guys that are, you saw them, they look like football players. But right now, this Dolphin offensive line is just dominating the prospective defensive line.
Got to wonder if maybe there's some fatigue setting in. As mentioned, there's only 21 of them.
McHale takes a snap, rolls left. Good block. Skotanis gets a block. McHale gives it a little hesitation. He's going to get down to about the 31-yard line, so it's going to set up a 3rd and 1. Great block by Skotanis on the edge there. Tommy Bassario also got to the outside. 3rd and 2, sorry. So they're going to put the ball down. See that? There we go. All right, they did. They put the ball down on the 31. So a 6-yard pickup for McHale. 3rd and 1 from the Perspectives 31. There's 5. See, when it gets a little darker, Charlie, you can see the clock. So there's sun. You never want the sun to go in, but hey. So there's 5:18 and counting on the clock right now. And keep in mind the Dolphins get the ball to start the second half. So Skotanis to the right of McHale. Dale's an H-back on the left. 2 receivers right, 1 receiver left. Skotanis takes the inside handoff. He's going to get stopped that time, probably lose a yard.
He hesitated a little bit at the line of scrimmage, and Perspective's tackler was able to make a play right there.
Yeah, so he started on the right side of McHale that time, tried to bring the ball back to the left side of the formation behind Tommy Bassario. He's going to lose a yard, so it's going to bring up 4th and 2 from the Perspective 32. McHale has the play. He's taking it back to the huddle. What do you think here, Charlie? McHale outside somewhere?
Yeah, I like it. Nice, safe play.
So 2, you got Wyatt in the slot on the right, Carter outside, Hood tight to the formation on the left. You got 8 guys in the box for Perspectives. Skotanis to the right of McHale. McHale rolls out to his right. He's looking. He hits Carter. Carter's down to the 22-yard line. So another first down for the Dolphins. That time McHale to Carter is going to get a new set of downs.
That's a tough throw to make when you're on the run like that, but McHale's able to just get it right in there.
And a nice
first down.
Nice route by Carter, too. Just a little curl in, drove his defender out, and they're going to put the ball down at the 22, so a gain of 10 on the pass from McHale to Carter. Skotanis comes off the field. Looks like he might be dinged up a little bit. Wyatt back at tailback. Clock's running 3:53. McHale surveys almost no linebackers, Charlie. No safety. Everybody's on the line of scrimmage. McHale hands off inside to Wyatt. Wyatt cuts back inside the 20, down to about the 16, 17. They're going to put it down at the 17, so a 5-yard gain for Wyatt.
You wonder if that's going to be an adjustment Perspectives tries to make at halftime. I mean, bring everybody into the box, take away the middle of the field.
But then I think you see Dale just run across the middle. The touchdown they had last week was the slot right from this position. The slot receiver just ran a quick slant, and he was all alone because the linebackers were all inside. And I will tell you, this is the 7th play of the drive if you believe in superstition.
Oh, boy.
So they flip the field, the wide sides to the top of your screen. Wildemuth in the slot on the hash. McHale looks his way, Wyatt to his right. McHale takes a snap, handoff. No, he keeps it himself, bounces it outside. Great defense that time by Perspective. It's going to be a 3-yard loss.
Really good job for everybody to rally on that.
So it's going to bring up 3rd and 8. So McHale faked the inside handoff to Wyatt, kept the ball himself, but the Perspective left side didn't buy it, stayed home. McHale kept trying to bounce it outside, and finally he was tackled for a 3-yard loss. So the ball sits at the 20, 3rd and 8. They have to get the ball just not exactly all the way to the 12-yard line.
Let's see if they try one of those sweep plays again.
So they switch. Now they have Hood. They have Hood in the slot to the left where he isn't usually. Wildemuth, the sole receiver, to the right. Carter up top of the screen with Hood. McHale gets a snap, reverse to Hood. Hood cuts it inside. One man to beat. He's down to the 15. He's moving his legs all the way down to the 10. He fumbles the ball out of bounds, but that should be a first down. So they had Hood instead of the jet sweep that they've tried before. McHale rolled out to his left, brought Hood from the slot. Hood got the ball one-on-one with the linebacker, beat him, kept moving his legs, got all the way down to the 10-yard line. Fortunately, the ball was fumbled out of bounds.
Another break for Whitney Young. I mean, that was a really good job to evade that tackler by Hood, who's actually spun him upfield and basically slingshotted him toward the end zone.
So the clock is stopped. Well, the clock is running. Not sure why the ball went out of bounds. 1:30, 1st and goal on the 10. Wyatt to McHale's left. Dale goes in motion to the right. McHale rolls out to his right. He cuts it inside again. He's going to get down to the 5, to the 4.
Just short.
They're going to mark him down at the 4, so a 6-yard pickup for McHale. Ball on the 4 brings up 2nd down. The 9th play of the drive. The clock keeps running. We're going to be under a minute. Timeout. Coach Finger calls a timeout with 59 seconds left. The Dolphins, this play, Charlie, be their 9th play of this drive, which started on the 40-yard line. And you're right, Perspectives hasn't been on offense since they punted the ball.
Seems like decades ago.
So what do we got? We got 7, 14, and 8 is 22. So 22 plays in a row that the Perspective defense has been on the field. And that's going to tire anybody out.
Yeah, I mean, especially when you're limited in the amount of players you have. They just got to get the ball. And
I mean, you can see the huddle over there, the Perspectives huddle. They got guys holding their knees. Number 19's in a squat trying to catch his breath. So the Dolphins have 2 timeouts left. They put the ball on the 5, so a 5-yard gain for McHale.
And that's tough. They're playing very hard right now, which is a testament to themselves. They're this exhausted and still flying to the ball like they are on this drive.
22 straight plays. It's just a lot to ask from any team. So McHale brings the team out. Skotanis is a tailback to McHale's right. Hood to the bottom of the screen. Single. Double receivers to the top. Wide in the slot. Carter out wide. everybody on the line of scrimmage for perspectives. McHale fakes the handoff, has one man to beat. Number 5 brings him down. Great play by number 5. He was the only person between McHale and the end zone, so it's going to bring up a 3rd and 5 from the 5-yard line. The Dolphins are going to call another timeout. So a great play by number 5. He stayed home. He's a defensive end. McHale faked the inside handoff to Skotanis. Skotanis went left, and he had McHale by his jersey. McHale just couldn't break free, or otherwise it was wide open for McHale to walk into the end zone. So here you go, Charlie. What do you got on 3rd and 5 from the 5?
I like these plays they're doing with the play action. You have kind of the you have your one guy kind of leaking off the line of scrimmage. It's been open for them all day. Might as well start taking it again.
So you want Dale, McHale to Dale?
Oh, yeah. The special.
It's worked. I think it's worked 3 times a day so far. So 43 seconds left in the half. Dolphins leading 19-0. 3rd and goal from the 5. Looking to stretch this lead out a little bit more. Skotanis to McHale's left. Hood in the slot. Carter to his right. Wyatt, lone receiver, to the top of the set. Brings Hood in motion. He rolls out to the left. He's looking to pass it. It's a little high. Hood goes up and gets it.
Down with it.
Hood, what a catch. Ball's a little high. Hood went up in the corner of the end zone and brought it down for the touchdown. So the 10th play of the drive, a 5-yard touchdown pass from McHale to Hood, stretches a score out. Dolphins 25. Perspectives nothing.
You know, when your back is turned like that, it's a really tough adjustment to make midair, and he's able to do it and come down with it nonetheless. That was a really great play by Anthony Hood.
So a 10-play drive that time, 40 yards. Kick is up. Kick is good.
I know if your perspectives right now, I get the need to maybe try to make something happen, but I think you just got to take a knee, take this one to the locker room.
What you need to do is make sure you recover this kickoff.
That's a good point. Yeah, that's a caveat, a very important caveat I left out.
So there is 35 seconds left in the half. The Dolphins have a 26-0 commanding lead. The Dolphins get the ball to start the second half. And there's a lot of activity in this crowd, Charlie, but the Dolphins really haven't needed them to affect the game. So, guys, we apologize. We're having a little internet trouble. Not sure what's going on. There we go.
It's been smooth sailing so far for the Dolphins.
We apologize for any internet delay we have. I think there's just a lot of kids on their phone here that are affecting our service. Darn kids. So a little buffering going on. Hopefully it'll catch up during halftime. But just to recap, the Dolphins lead 26-0, 35 seconds left in the half. The Dolphins scored on every possession they had in the first half. Lozano waits. Everybody's up now for perspective. Just one person back, number 11.
You just need to get the ball if your perspectives.
So here they go. Wyatt comes to the bottom of the screen. So 6 defenders on the Dolphin side, 4 to the top of the screen. Lozano approaches the ball, puts a foot into it, goes deep this time. Number 11 is going to let it bounce. It bounces at the 13. He picks it up, gets ahead of steam.
Got a lane.
He's out to the 25. Lozano's the leading tackler on special teams. So number 11 brings the ball all the way out to the 50. He picked it up at about the 13, so a 27-yard return, 23 seconds on the clock. So on the 50, if you're perspectives, you got to take a shot, right?
Well, you give it to the guy who just returned. He looked fast on that play. He was really reading it well, and there was a little bit of an opening that he almost got to. If he was able to split 2 defenders, he probably could have housed that one.
And that's the struggle the Dolphins have had all year with just kickoff returns or defending kickoff returns. So I'm not sure Wind's really kicking up here a little bit, Charlie, as the sun starts to go behind the press box.
Starting to blow toward the west.
There's a face mask.
Face mask, I mean.
Well, they're going to have the ball on the 35.
They'll have a chance here to do something.
So 23 seconds for perspectives. They're going to have the ball on the Dolphin 35. So quite the turn of events here. You thought you were going to go into the locker room with a 26-0 lead, and you still might. But Perspectives has 2 timeouts, 23 seconds to work with. Let's see what they come out with. Number 3 as quarterback. 9 is going to be the running back. 2 and 5 down to the bottom of the screen. And number 11, one receiver to the top. So you got 11 on number 1, Wildemuth. Kind of one-on-one. He's on an island. McHale is not playing too deep. Neither is Jolich. Number 3 drops back. He's going to throw it as far as he can. Wildemuth is going to let it go over his head into the end zone. So that play took 6 seconds.
So there's a flag down.
Is a late hit on the. Did they hit the quarterback? I was watching where the ball went, but that could give Perspectives the ball on the 20.
Yeah, it's as good as a first down.
So the white hat Perspectives is backing up. So they're going to call a hold. And Charlie, my pet peeve in high school, and everybody knows it. That's been listening, is holding in high school is a spot foul. So,
oh goodness!
So that moves the ball all the way. That's a 15-yard penalty because it took place on the 40. So now all of a sudden there's 17 seconds left, and it's first down. Sorry, first down and 25 from the 50.
Yeah, that can turn some holding calls into real killers.
Real big penalties. I don't know why they won't change that rule, but it's these are high school kids. You want to make it, easy. You want to make it easier for them, even when they make a mistake, not harder.
Of course.
So 3 is the quarterback. 1 running back to his right. All the receivers tight to the formation. 2 left, 2 right. 3 gets a snap. He drops back. He winds up, goes short. They're going to call that. I think it's incomplete. Great job by Jolich there. Jolich tried to get his hands under the ball. Ball was deflected by number 11 for Perspectives. He was open on about a 10-yard gain, but the ball went off his fingertips. Jolich went diving.
Yeah. You just look at just how, they had a chance to possibly put some points on the board now, but they're so far backed up. That's a brutal holding call.
8 seconds. 8 seconds left in the half. Second down for Perspectives. 3 comes back into the huddle with the play.
Think they work on hook and ladder?
Dolphins have, I think you're right, they got to look for number 11 where he is. So he's on the top of the formation, on the right side of the formation. 3 receivers left. McHale deep. Oh, they're going to hand off inside to number 9. McHale comes up and makes a tackle. Got back to the original line of scrimmage. But a great job from McHale to come up and stop that play before it got really going. So the referees, no flags. It's going to be halftime.
Well, just on that real quick, that's not an easy tackle to make with a running back with a full head of steam like that. So great job there by McHale to, as you said, end the half.
So it was a 15-yard gain for number 9. But the Dolphins are going to go into the locker room under the south end of the bleachers with a 26-0 lead. So, Charlie, what do you think of your first high school football game in a while?
It's just as I remember it. The fans are great. The band is playing, always a great sound. And, Whitney Young taking advantage of opportunities when they get them.
So Not sure what the referees are talking about. They're still in the field. They spent some time with the Perspectives coach. I'm not sure. They're going to put 12 minutes on the clock. Referees are trying to get 12 minutes on the clock for halftime. Yeah, it was strange. We'll have to see if there's a penalty. A penalty on the kickoff. Because the referees are still in the field. They're having a conversation about something. All right, fair warning here. The class of 2022 Whitney Young females are going to run out onto the field here and celebrate their seniorness.
Gotcha, okay.
It is not sure how far it goes back, but it is a Whitney Young tradition.
Good to know.
And fortunately for these girls today, it's not too cold.
Yes, that's a good point.
So I always wonder, what they're doing out there. They're jumping around in their 2022-ness. So Perspectives does not go into their locker room. They have gone down to the north end zone.
Yep.
Can I have this?
Oh, yes.
Thanks. So we'll just do a real quick, I'm not sure it's quick with 4 touchdowns, but a scoring recap. After recovering a fumble caused by Alex Dale, in 4 plays, the Dolphins drove 50 yards. Frank Skotanis had a 27-yard touchdown run, missed the extra point to give the Dolphins a 6-0 lead. After a short punt by Perspectives, the Dolphins got the ball on the Perspective 46-yard line, took 7 plays before Pat McHale dove in from 1 yard out. Extra point was good, made it 13-0. After recovering you want to call that an onside kick?
I mean, the second one seemed almost intentional.
Right. After recovering a short kickoff, the Dolphins drove 7 plays again from the Perspective 45. Pat McHale went in again from 8 yards out. They missed the extra point on that one, made it 19-0. And then after the second recovered free kick, the Dolphins went 10 plays, 40 yards on a Michaela Hood touchdown pass from 5 yards out. Lozano made his second extra point of the day to make it Dolphins 26, Perspectives nothing. And I'll tell you right now, Perspectives has run 3 plays on that last drive. 6, 12. Perspectives has 12 offensive plays in the game, and they were basically on the field. The defense was on the field for the entire second quarter, except for those last 3 plays.
And that's just, you don't need Nick Saban to tell you that that's not going to cut it. I mean, you just got to get off the field at a certain point and give your guys a chance. I know most of them are probably the same guys on offense and defense, but at a certain point, you just got to give your team a chance to score. And right now, Perspectives hasn't been able to do that.
Right, and we talk about X and O adjustments, Charlie, at halftime. Perspectives is literally lining up and going over plays in the end zone right now.
Yeah.
With Coach Jones. Coach Jones is not happy. So he's got his guys lined up. I think they're talking about defense and what they can do to stop this Whitney Young running game. But right now, there's no answer for anything that Whitney Young's doing. They've kind of done everything at will. Inside running, outside running. The passes they've completed, their 2 passes were incomplete. The one was kind of dropped. And the other was a little high for Anthony Hood on that first touchdown drive. So the Dolphins we go back to what Coach Finger said during our interview with him, this was a business trip. It might be homecoming for everybody else, but the most important thing for the Dolphins was to go from 4-0 to 5-0. And we'll keep saying it, why this game all games are important. Caveat. Why this game is important, Charlie. In Illinois, I don't know how it is in Oregon. In Illinois, not every team qualifies for the playoffs. So 5 wins qualifies you for the playoffs. 5 wins makes you eligible for the playoffs. 6 wins gets you into the playoffs. So with a victory today, with a strong second half, the Dolphins are going to be playoff eligible for the first time since 2015. So that's been one of their goals for the entire season. So first half, great job for the Dolphins.
Well, yeah, they appear to be well on their way to doing that. I mean, the big thing, I think, for perspectives right now is, make Whitney Young have to do something else. I mean, it's been kind of a simple game plan for the Dolphins. They either run it up the middle or they roll out. I mean, I'm not sure exactly what schematically you can do about fatigue, but there's there's answers to be had if you're trying to solve this puzzle. Right now, Whitney Young's kind of just doing whatever they want.
And after that first drive for perspectives that ended up in the fumble, we talked how the clock was running. Well, now that's going to hurt perspectives because it doesn't appear that they have an ability to score quickly.
Yes.
And so the first thing they have to do is get the Dolphins off the field for this opening drive. You can't score 4 touchdowns. You can't score 26 points on your first possession, but you have to start scoring quickly. 24 minutes in high school goes really, really fast when the referees wind the clock on almost everything.
Yes, and it seems that this offense is not designed for those big explosive plays that can kind of get you back in the game within, a couple snaps. It seems like they really got to grind their way. If they're going to make a comeback, they're not going to be able to just grind it out. They're going to need some big plays. They're going to need some luck. I mean, look, they haven't had really any positive bounces the Knights, but that's part of the game. You got to account for that.
Yeah, so the biggest gain for perspective sorry. The biggest gain for perspectives looks like other than that last play, which was 15 yards, but a 7-yard gain after a penalty, after they had an offsides penalty. So, yeah, so even on their second drive, they had a offsides penalty that cost them 5 yards, put them behind the sticks right away. Then they had the holding penalty on their third drive, which put them behind the sticks. So,
their quarterback seemed, he made a long throw at the end of the half there. I would, it seems like they've. Granted, we haven't seen the ball in many hands on perspectives, but it seemed to me their best player in the first half was 11, and they don't really seem to be scheming things up just to get him specifically the ball. So I don't know what that looks like. Maybe you try to have some leak plays where he comes across the formation, or you start using some jet sweeps. But I think they got to get the ball in their hands of their playmakers right now, and it seems like they haven't been able to do that to this point.
So actually, as I think about it, that penalty on their second drive was a holding call because it came on a big run. And to your point, 3 wasn't the quarterback on that play. They ran number 4. So what would you think? I mean, you pointed out a couple times, 11 seems to be the fastest guy on their team. Just putting him there, let him take the snap and go for it.
Yeah, I mean, I would, I think he strikes me, obviously, basing off really only 1 or 2 plays that he's got an opportunity. But, he seems to be somebody that you can design packages specifically for. Like you said, maybe that's a direct, quarterback sweep or something like that. I'd be curious if they do try to get him more involved in the game right now, because at this moment, really, it's their offense hasn't been able to do anything, even when they've been given the opportunity to even be on the field.
So there is 11 and a half minutes left at halftime. So everybody please go get their halftime snack. It is 5:34 here in Chicago, so everybody might be getting a little bit hungry.
Now's as good a time as ever.
Exactly. So Coach Finger's out of the locker room. I think the players are just taking a break, getting off their legs for a little bit. But I think that the biggest surprise of the game for me so far, Charlie, and I want to give a shout out to these guys. And these are the starters, but there's been some other guys running in and out. But this offensive line has just created some huge holes for the Dolphins. So the offensive line is anchored by number 77, Big Tommy Basario. He's a senior, 6'5", 289. Next to him today is number 67, Nick Dale. He's a freshman, 5'11", 241. Next to him is another freshman, number 59, Juan Cepeda. He's 5'11", 233. On the other side today, at guard is Opadaye. He is a 5'6", 205-pound junior. And outside playing tackle on the other side is number 52, the senior, Neil Rocky, 6'1", 225. So this offensive line, I don't care who they're playing against, they struggled the first 4 games. So the performance they put on today, getting to the second level, creating holes for Wyatt, Skotanis, and McHale has just been outstanding. I think this is the performance that Coach Finger and Coach Lemming have been looking for from their line, because it just opens up the playbook when you have that much time and those big of holes.
Well, you said it's getting to the second level. They have a lot of athleticism up front. For whatever they may lack in size, they're able to get those linebackers and create even bigger holes for the run game. I mean, you look at those sweeps, so much of that is just linemen being able to get out to the edge, and so far they've been able to do that.
Right, and you've called Tommy's name a couple times, getting out and kind of setting the edge for the offense and allowing Skotanis and McHale to get outside for some big pickups.
Yes, it's tough because they've been able to. I don't know exactly what the answer is when you're kind of getting moved around up front the way Perspectives is. They got to take at least one thing away from Whitney Young right now. I'm just not sure what that may be.
The ball.
Yes, that's probably the best thing.
I mean, that's the only answer I got is the ball.
Yeah, I mean it's such a simplistic thing to say, but they got to make a quick stop out of this halftime. If they can get a 3 and out, and maybe get the ball, and maybe a chunk play happens or something like that. I mean, I'm describing every coach's dream scenario,
right, yeah.
But sometimes you don't want it, you actually need it, and that's exactly what Perspectives needs right now.
Well, and the danger for the Dolphins and what Coach Finger has to prevent is that complacency. We saw it a little bit last week. Dolphins got up 21-6 with about a minute and a half left in the game, and the ensuing kickoff was returned for a touchdown. We talked about it. You're up 9, so you're not worried, but you can't have that kind of letdown. So even if the Dolphins don't score, I think if they can keep the ball for 4 or 5 minutes and keep the Perspectives defense on the field, they can kind of ice this game away. The other scenario is, I think, and I'm a little foggy on what the actual Illinois rule is, but 2 more touchdowns would cause a running clock in the second half, and then you have no chance if you're Perspective. So
yeah, it's when you have this big a lead, the biggest thing is just avoid those lapses in focus. If you can limit those, then you can get out of here pretty quick with a win.
I mean, there's been a couple fumbles, right? We've seen 3 fumbles. One went out of bounds. Fortunately, the Dolphins recovered the other 2 offensive fumbles. You got to make sure you don't put the ball on the ground. Don't give Perspectives any hope at all. Absolutely. Charlie's going to take a little halftime. We got 6 minutes left on the clock. So the referees are out here. They're going to change it down to 3. They're trying to get the attention of the clock keeper. And just a huge crowd here today. This is the way high school football should be. The football parents are sitting to my left because every other section here at Rockne Stadium is filled by the Dolphin students. Everybody looks like they're having a great time. Just an amazing pep rally this morning at the Michelle Obama Athletics Complex. Featured the cheerleaders, the Pom Squad, the guys and dolls dancers, I don't have my program. I forget. And one of the students came out and did a 3-song rap performance, which was spectacular. So everything right now, post-COVID, is going really well. The Dolphins looking to move to 5-0 on the season with a great crowd. If we could get this kind of crowd out here every Saturday, I might not have to do this anymore. So speaking of next Saturday, the Dolphins play on Saturday. They are going down to Gately Stadium, which is on 103rd Street, and they are going to face They're going to face Phillips, and their nickname just went out of my head. They're going to face Phillips, which is the preeminent program in the city of Chicago. They have 2 state titles. Little different year for them this year. Their head coach of 11 years moved down to Sandburg in the southwest suburbs, so they have a new coach. But so far they are rolling through the public league. They lost their first 2 games. They went out and played top-ranked teams in the suburbs. But back in the city, they are 2-0 and looking to make another deep run into the state playoffs. I believe they're 5A this year. So if and when the Dolphins make the playoffs, they are going to be a 7A football team, which is the second highest class in Illinois. 8 classes of football playoffs in Illinois. Kind of strange the way they do it. You don't really know what class you're in until they see all the teams that have qualified for the playoffs. So it's 8 32-team classes that play over 5 weekends. And the state championships this year are in DeKalb at Northern Illinois. And over Thanksgiving weekend, 4 games on Friday, 4 games on Saturday on the turf at Northern Illinois. So just set aside Thanksgiving weekend in case the Dolphins are going to Northern Illinois. So both teams on the field, 30 seconds left in the mandatory stretching period. The Dolphins are on their sideline. Perspectives is down in the north end zone stretching out. As we said, the Dolphins will get the ball to open the second half. Haven't seen an indication of which way they're going to be going. But the key for the Dolphins will be to keep this ball as long as they can, ideally put it in the end zone, but kind of deprive Perspectives of any hope that they might have in getting back into this football game. So the referees are whistling the teams back onto the field. The Dolphins gather around Coach Finger at the 45-yard line. The Dolphins about 55 players strong, 17 seniors. I think there's 15 sophomores and 25 freshmen. Perspectives walking back over to their sideline. Looks like Perspectives is going to kick from your left to right, from the north end zone to the south end zone. It is a beautiful twilight here on the west side of Chicago. Our view from the top of the bleachers is downtown from the, what are we supposed to call it now? It's not the Sears Tower. It's not the Willis Tower. It's the, does it have another name?
It does. I just say Sears.
So we got, we have the Sears Tower.
Oh, yeah.
To the Hancock Building in our view. It's just a beautiful view of the city of Chicago.
I'm directionally not good.
North.
So, yeah, so when I can see the skyline, I know exactly which way is which.
Just drive to the lake, dude.
Lakeside.
All right, so the Dolphins are going to be receiving with their back to the south end zone. Kicking off for Perspectives is number 4. Deep for the Dolphins is number 3, Anthony Hood, and number 23, Luke Yolich.
It's the first time
the white hat was still in the locker room. Didn't realize that the other officials needed to get this game going.
This is the first time Perspectives is kicked off today.
Yes, it is.
Never a great sign.
No. Change that to the third quarter. Dolphins lead 26-0. 4 possessions, 4 touchdowns for the Dolphins in the first half. Waiting, the white hat is still walking. He's at the 10-yard line. The 9, he makes a move.
He could go.
There you go, turns around. So Yolich and Hood at the 5. The signal is given, number 4. Approaches the ball. Left-footed kicker. Gets it up in the air. Hood fields it at the 15. Out to the 20, 25. Number 18 meets him. So he's out to the 30. They're going to stand him up at the 30-yard line. So a 15-yard return from Anthony Hood. And McHale is going to lead his Dolphins onto the field. All the starters back in the game. The offensive line that we mentioned at halftime, 77 Basario, 72 Roman, 67 Dale, 51 Opadale, 52 Rocky, and 59 Cepeda. McHale sends Wyatt and Carter to the near side. Anthony Hood at the top by himself. Skotanis, the single set next to McHale on his left. McHale waits in the shotgun for the snap. He brings Dale in motion. Hand off to Skotanis. Skotanis up the middle. He's going to gain about a yard.
Right up the middle. The Knights are able to stop that one that time.
Skotanis had 2 hands on the ball. So, well, see, they gave him 2 yards. So we'll give Frank 2 yards. 2nd and 8 from the Dolphin 32. Same formation, same receivers, 2 to the left, 1 to the top. Skotanis to McHale's left, McHale in the shotgun. Dale on the left side of the formation. Good snap. McHale rolls out to his left. He turns and looks. He has Wyatt wide open. Wyatt to the 50, to the 40, all the way down to the Perspectives 42-yard line. That was probably the best pass of the day, Charlie. That was in a tight coverage.
That was a great throw. It a tight window. He put it right where he needed him to. He led him perfectly. Didn't break stride at all. That was a really good throw from McHale to set up the Dolphins pretty nicely here inside the 40.
Yeah, so Wyatt was able to catch that in stride, get all the way down to the 42. So that is a 26-yard gain for the Dolphins. 1st and 10, and the Dolphins are in business again. They flip the formation this time. The ball's on the left hash. Hood to the bottom of the screen. Wyatt in the slot. Carter to the top. Skotanis to the right. McHale in the shotgun waiting for the snap. Dale comes in motion. McHale takes a snap. Inside handoff to Skotanis. Couple quick moves. He's going to pick up about 4 yards. So that offensive line picks up right where they left off. They're going to mark the ball at the 34. I'm sorry, so the last play went to the 38, so I messed that up.
And you know, the multiplicity you have when you have an offset back, it allows you to do so much. You can come across the formation, or he's just an extra blocker. I really like the play design there from Coach Finger.
So a 4-yard gain from Skotanis. The pass play, Charlie, was actually 28 yards. Don't want to jip anybody out of their yardage. Hood in the backfield this time. Quick pitch to Hood. Hood outraces a couple defenders. He turns it upfield, breaks it outside. He's going to get a first down to the 25-yard line. That play had disaster written all over it. A quick pitch to Hood, who lined up behind McHale, and he was corralled at the 40-yard line, but used his speed to get down. They're going to mark the ball at the 27, so a 7-yard pickup.
I mean, that play was dead to rights. That was a 3-yard loss, and Hood just makes a great play and a great effort.
They tried to run
the tackle.
They tried to run that play last week, Charlie. It didn't work out so well either. So I think we might want to scrap that one.
Yeah, well, I mean, if it's the only play where he's in the backfield, it may be a bit of a tell.
Yeah, the lights are on at Rockne Stadium. The breeze is picking up. McHale in the shotgun. Wyatt next to him this time. Handoff. No, McHale takes it up the middle. It's going to be a touchdown.
No one near him.
Touchdown, McHale from 27 yards out, untouched. He faked the handoff to Skotanis. Up, it's coming back. There's a penalty. Sorry, there's a penalty flag down, folks, at the 24-yard line. I'm not sure how they're – I mean, I guess that's how you get that wide open.
Yeah, I would explain it. It looked like it was making the read there.
So there's a hold, yeah. So that 27-yard touchdown's getting called back. The crowd here was electric. McHale went untouched, shaking his head as he comes to the sideline.
All that running.
I'm not sure who they put that on, so
maybe out of breath.
It was a fake handoff to Skotanis, so they're going to put the ball down on the 35, so an 8-yard penalty. So it's going to be 1st and 18 from the Perspectives 35. So the 5th play of the drive, McHale back in the huddle. But what a great play. With no safety back, McHale walked into the end zone. So clock continues to run. We're going to be under 9. Well, we're at 9:06. Clock stopped. There we go. Now the referee encourages them to start it. McHale in the shotgun sends Dale in motion. Skotanis to his right. Handoff. Skotanis dancing, meets the middle linebacker. There's another flag down, Charlie. I think they're going to call Anthony Hood as being offside.
Yeah.
Or illegal procedure. So Dolphins go in the wrong direction.
That was a great tackle by the linebacker, number 11, on Perspective. Just dropped his hips, lowered his shoulder.
They're going to call holding again, Charlie. But the line judge threw that. The head linesman threw that flag on Anthony Hood. I mean, that had no effect on the play whatsoever.
I mean, you're just penalizing a kid for playing hard at that point.
I mean, that's just that's a silly. I mean, if he held him, it's silly. But for the head lines judge to throw that flag when it was nowhere near the play, I have to disagree with that.
Yeah, I'm with you there.
So the ball's now on the 45-yard line of Perspectives. 1st and 28. The Dolphins have to get inside the 18-yard line. So 2 penalties in a row. 2 holding penalties in a row. So this is still the 5th play of the drive. So Skotanis to McHale's left. McHale in the shotgun. Hood to the top of the screen. Hood comes in motion. Jet sweep. Skotanis out. He tries to cut it back inside.
Ooh.
So that play is going to lose 3 yards. And you're right, there's a bit of a tell when Hood comes in motion sometimes.
Came down sort of awkwardly on that play. Good thing he bounced right back up.
So 6th play of the drive. The Dolphins had it 1st and 10 on the 27. They had what they thought was another touchdown, but since then they've had a hold, and a 3-yard loss on the jet sweep. So the ball rests, a 2-yard loss. The ball rests at the 47. McHale in the shotgun. Takes a snap, fakes a handoff, looks for Wyatt. Wyatt's,
just out of.
You know what, and I'll tell you what happened there, Charlie. I don't know if you saw it. Wyatt almost cut off, took a slow step, thought he was going to cut that route in. And then when he realized that he was behind the defender, he tried to speed up again. McHale saw it the whole way. If Wyatt hadn't slowed down, it would have been a touchdown.
Yeah,
but
I saw there was a bit of a hesitation.
Yeah, it was just one slow step. Wyatt got his fingertips on it, but just couldn't bring it in. So 3rd and 30.
Not a
3rd and 31.
Yeah, I wonder if they have a play for this one.
And they had one for 2nd and 23,
yeah.
So.
Well, if your Perspectives is kind of what you want, you would prefer it be a little bit quicker, but you're able to get a stop here, maybe get yourself a good field position. You can do something with the ball.
So 7:22 on the clock. Clock stop. Skotanis behind McHale. That was a weird motion. McHale's going to get sacked at the all the way back at his own 40-yard line. He was looking for a deep ball that time that just wasn't there.
It sent an extra man to the top, to the right on.
So
that's
a 13-yard loss. So
Whitney Young just didn't have the numbers on that play. They overloaded the right side, and the right tackle just got overwhelmed.
Yeah. McHale didn't have a chance. They're going to put the ball down on the 43, give him 40 forward motion all the way back to the 43. So this series of plays has lost 30 yards. They're going to put Lozano back. I don't even know what that is. That's like 4th and 37, I think.
Yeah.
Or 4th and 43.
We'll see if he can get it to the sticks.
Yeah, see if they can get it to the original line of scrimmage. So Lozano into punt. Skotanis, the long snapper. Everybody up for Perspectives. Good snap. Lozano catches it, gets his foot into it. Number 11 is going to catch it at his 20. He bobbles it. Ball's on the ground. Skotanis misses a tackle. Wyatt's there to clean it up. So he's going to get the ball out to the 25. So number 11 had a chance, but he fumbled the ball at the 20-yard line trying to recover it.
Yeah, that's you can't really have those sorts of mistakes right now if you're Perspectives. You just need to keep things simple and maybe set yourself up for a big play. And when you're dropping punts like that, that's not going to happen.
So they're going to put the ball down at the 25. 1st and 10 for Perspectives. But even though the Dolphins ended up going backward on that, Charlie, they took 5 minutes and 43 seconds off the clock. So that's what they wanted to do. They wanted to put the ball in the end zone, but a 5-minute and 43-second drive just almost puts a dagger in this game. Almost,
especially against a running team like Perspectives.
Yeah. Unless Perspectives can rip off something big here fast. Without a doubt, they have to score. So you got 2 receivers left, 2 receivers right. Number 3 is the quarterback. I believe 9 is the running back. 11's in the slot to the bottom of the screen. Inside handoff to 4. He's going nowhere. Great pressure. And that is Joseph Clayton again with the first hit. 3 yards in the backfield. So 2nd down and 13 from the 22.
Dolphins have been getting easy penetration all day on the inside. Even the big plays that Perspectives has gotten usually have come from, the running back making a man miss in the backfield.
So we're having not sure what the conversation is between the umpire and the white hat, but the clock is running. Perspectives is in the huddle. We're under 5:30 when this ball is snapped. Perspectives is coming to the line. So four linemen, 5 linemen right now. So the Dolphins back off. 4 defensive linemen. Dale and Clayton are the inside linebackers. 3 receivers at the bottom of the screen. It's a quarterback keeper to number 35. I think that was Joseph Clayton again. Charlie, he is the biggest hitter on the team.
That was a big collision on that one right there.
He just likes to lower his shoulder and knock people backward. So that was number 35 for Perspectives. Lined up as a quarterback, took the Wildcat snap, and he lost a yard as Joseph Clayton came up and just laid some lumber on him. I'm not sure. The referees seem to be having a conversation about a lot of stuff.
Well, if you're 5'7", you want to play linebacker, you got to hit like that.
So his dad came up to us 2 games ago and was talking after the game. He said when he started playing Pee Wee football, the coach tried to give him the football as a running back. After he carried the ball one time, he said, "Coach, I want to hit somebody."
Ooh.
And he has been doing that. So 3rd down.
Really?
Ball rests on the 22. So 3rd and 13. 2 receivers top and bottom for Perspectives. Number 4 to the left of the quarterback. He drops straight back. He's looking to his left. He lets the ball go. Screen pass to number 2 behind the line of scrimmage. That wasn't going to go anywhere.
Those are those gimmies that you can't afford to pass up on.
Kind of looked like the Bears, though, running a
little bit
an outside screen play on 3rd and 13. That wasn't going to get anywhere near the 1st down. So with 4:08 left in the 3rd quarter, Perspective faces a 4th and 13 from their own 22. Looks like they're going to go. Well, 35's in the game, but it looks like they're going to go for it. Coach Jones is out on the field trying to get a play in. Clock is stopped because of the incomplete play. Quarterback comes back in. Number 11 comes back into the game. So Perspective's in the huddle. Dolphins waiting for this 4th down play. 11 and 5 come to the formation right. 35 and 2 are at the top of the formation. Number 4 is to the left of the quarterback. He waits for the shotgun snap.
He looked over. It's going that way.
Motion to a number 11. Jet sweep to 11. He gets the corner, but there's Alex Dale right at the 25-yard line to make a great tackle. So the Dolphins are going to take over after that 3-yard gain on 4th down.
You know, right before the play started, the quarterback looked over to his receiver. Right there, if the linebacker's paying attention, which it looked like he was, you kind of notice.
You know
right
which
there
way it's going.
Yeah, exactly, or at least who's getting the ball.
So 1st and 10 for the Dolphins on the prospective 25-yard line. Now, if they can avoid going backward this time, Charlie.
Yes.
2 holding penalties on the last drive. Squashed what was looking pretty good. McHale in the shotgun, Skotanis to his right. 2 receivers, bottom of the screen, 1 at the top. McHale keeps it this time. He's at the 20, 15, 10. 1 man to beat, number 11. He's going for the corner. McHale, touchdown. 25 yards. No flags this time. McHale from 25 yards out. And the Dolphins take a 33-0 lead.
He did a really
32-0 lead.
He did a really good job of selling the exchange. You saw the running back had 3 guys on top of him. He had the defense fooled completely on that play. He was able to scamper free for the touchdown. Great job there by McHale.
So 32-0 pending the. Wait, didn't we had 26, right? We had 26. They only gave us 5 points for that touchdown. Extra point is up and good. So I have 32-0, Charlie. I don't know what the scoreboard operator has, but there is 3 minutes and 48 seconds left, and that should put an end to this.
Just about. Maybe seeing some backups soon at some point.
So we're going with 33. Oops. We're going with 33. I don't care what the clock says. So the lights have not yet fully taken effect. The crowd here is having a great time. The Dolphins are going to become playoff eligible heading into their clash next week with Phillips.
It's a good tune-up game.
Well, they're going to So the referee here is trying to get the score corrected. But a 1-play drive, 25-yard run from McHale. The same play they ran with the holding call. Much more of a kind of that zone read than we've seen in any other play tonight, any other play call.
Yeah, well, he really let it drag out, and that's really hard to do as a quarterback. But he trusted himself. He trusted his connection with his running back, and he pulled it the last second. He had everybody fooled.
So the Dolphins, we still don't have the scoreboard fixed, but
there it is.
There we go. All right. Nobody told me there'd be math, Charlie. Nobody told me. All right, so looks like some new numbers on the kickoff coverage. See who comes out on defense. Lozano approaches the ball, puts his right foot into it. Another deep kick. Number 11 is going to catch it at the 3. He's going to bring it back to the near side. He cuts back upfield. 1 man to beat. And it's Lozano on the tackle again. Lozano and Quinn Duhan. Duhan, number 5, the freshman, 5'7", 142, and Lozano combined for the tackle. Another great run from number 11. I'm with you, Charlie. Why can't they get 11 the ball?
Yeah, he's clearly got playmaking skills and instincts. So that cutback was really difficult to do. He's coming up limping. I hope he's okay.
Yeah, that was an electric run back. But great coverage. And you mentioned it. What the Dolphins didn't do last week was stay in their lane. This week, everybody stayed in their lane, and they just used that sideline to run him out of bounds.
If you do it properly, the sideline is a 12th player on your team.
35. So 1st and 10 on the prospective 35-yard line. 3 minutes and 39 seconds left. The Dolphins with a commanding lead. As I look out there, Charlie, the only change I see is now number 15, Fernando Lozano, the kicker, 5'11", 171, and a senior, is now playing cornerback. It looks like the rest of the starters are out there. The defensive line is the same. Hood is a cornerback. Yolich out there is a safety. McHale deep. Number 3 takes a snap, hands off right up the middle again to number 4. That's going nowhere. Another loss of 2. So this defensive line has just played superbly tonight, not giving perspectives anywhere to go.
It's a tough thing to do, to stay engaged as long as they have, so props to them.
So right now out there is Neil Rocky, Malik Amos, Frank Skotanis, and Tommy Basario on the line. Sam Wyatt, Alex Dales, Joseph Clayton, and Luke Yolich as your linebackers, and Lozano Hood and Lozano and Hood as cornerbacks. McHale is a deep safety. So the ball's on the 34. I need to do this in pencil next week. So 2nd and 11. 3 line up as a quarterback, 4 to his right, 2 receivers left, 2 receivers right. 3 gets the snap, little low to his left. He looks. Here comes Skotanis. There's a meeting of Dolphins at the prospective quarterback. Skotanis was the first one there from the defensive left. Yolich came in from his outside linebacker spot. And then everybody else kind of just made sure that number 3 wasn't going anywhere. So it's going to be 3rd down and long. They're going to put that ball down at the 27. So a 7-yard loss on that sack. They have to get the ball to the 45, so 3rd down and 18 for perspectives.
You know what a pack of Dolphins is called?
No, what's that, Charlie?
A pod.
There you go. Did you learn that at DePaul, or is
no,
that?
I just Googled it. There's a pod in the backfield there.
Here we go. Wind is picking up again. Same formation. 4 to the right of 3. 2 receivers left, 2 receivers right, 3 in the shotgun. 3 gets a snap. He looks left. He's going long. Ball's up in the air. McHale with the interception. Then the Hood. McHale bobbled it. Hood's taking it down the sideline. Inside of the 25. He's going to go all the way. It's going to be a touchdown. I'm not sure. I'm not sure how we score that. So McHale intercepted the ball at the 40-yard line. He stumbled. The ball popped straight up in the air to Anthony Hood.
I'd say it found a good landing place.
So Anthony Hood took the fumble from his own 45 and returned it 55 yards for a touchdown.
That was quite the
run
back.
You want to talk about the breaks. Sorry, I got too many scores up here. You want to talk about the breaks going all the Dolphins' way. That was one of the craziest plays I've ever seen. So Lozano's going to go in for the extra point.
Just one of those nights.
You want to save some of these breaks for next week, I think.
Yeah, exactly.
Bad snap. McHale gets it down.
Oh.
Kick is no good into the line. So some serious kicking problems tonight.
Yeah. Want to get that sorted out probably.
So it's going to stay 39-0. There's 1:18 left in the 3rd quarter. That was a pick 6. We'll call it 60 yards. The scorer was Anthony Hood. We'll still give McHale the INT. I think he had possession long enough, don't you?
I think so.
All right, so here's how we're going to score it. McHale with the INT at the 40. He pops it up in the air at the 45. Anthony Hood grabs it in stride, takes it down the left sideline, avoids the entire Perspectives offense, cuts it back inside at the 15-yard line, and scores.
That was a very impressive house call on that play.
So just some crazy plays out here tonight. The Dolphins lead. So here's what we've got, Charlie. Now, and everybody at home, we've reached the running clock.
I see.
So the clock is going to run for the remainder of the game at 39-0.
Never fun to be on the receiving
No,
end of that.
I mean, you don't want to embarrass anybody, and the Dolphins want to have a good time. But so Lozano's going to kick this off from his 40. The clock will be under 30. Number 11 stands at his 5-yard line. Might want to kick it away from him, I'm just saying.
Yeah. Maybe try one of those accidental onside kicks. Accidental being in air quotes.
Lozano puts his foot into it. Yeah, another short one. That's going to go out of bounds. No, that's going to go out of bounds. So the ball come to 35. There's 15. So that's going to be the last play of the third, of the third quarter. as the clock keeps running. So we'll switch ends. And the Warriors will have the ball at their own 35-yard line with a running clock. So 12 minutes to go. So this fourth quarter will basically take 12 minutes. Glad we have the first game. Looks like it's starting to rain. I didn't bring my trash bags here tonight.
You know, you'd think I'm from Oregon, I'd have ponchos with me all the time, but fortunately. You know, one of the high schools we played, they had team ponchos that they'd like pass out before because they were on the coast, so it rained all the time. And so they had like these disposable ponchos that they just passed to people with the team's logo on them.
So the Dolphin starter is still out on the field.
I haven't felt any raindrops yet, but there's clearly clouds coming in.
I didn't think it was supposed to rain till later. I'm feeling a couple. The bad news is a lot of these kids took buses over.
Oh no! So
and I'm not sure. I'm not sure the buses are outside.
Oh gosh, that's brutal time. I didn't even think of that.
So here we go. Perspectives comes to the line. Number 3 still the quarterback. 23 to his right. He takes a snap. He's going to roll out to his right. Up comes Hood, takes a block. He gets outside, so he's going to get out to the 42. It's going to be second down.
And, you know, they've been having success, at least somewhat, when they run it to the outside. I mean, probably.
Yeah. There's been nothing for them inside, and then the couple plays they've had have gotten to the outside. So it's definitely drizzling. So they're going to put the ball down at the 42. So a pickup of 7 makes it 2nd and 3. You can see it on the play sheet.
Oh. Yeah, I'm feeling some on my head. Oh, here it comes.
So I do have our plastic bags. Got to protect the equipment.
Yes.
So 23 is the running back now. He's to the right of 3. Shotgun snap, inside handoff to 23. He's going to gain maybe a yard. Tacklers led by Sam Wyatt and Alex Dale. So they're going to give him 2 yards on that. So it's going to be 3rd and 1 from the 44 of Perspectives. Clock is running. Tell everybody's getting a little nervous here, Charlie.
Yeah, you could.
They're like a cat in a room full of rocking chairs. Everybody's looking at this guy going, what the heck is going on?
I didn't even know we were forecasted for rain.
All right, 3rd and 1. Perspectives in the shotgun. Inside handoff to number 4. He puts his head down again. He's not going to get there. The Dolphins came up and made him go sideways. Who's at the bottom of the pile? Josiah Roman, number 72. At the bottom of that pile, he stood number 4 up and pushed him backwards. So we're going to give him no gain on that. 4th and 1 on the 44, but great pursuit from Roman from his inside defensive tackle position, and then a lot of help from the Dolphins to make sure that the Perspective runner didn't fall forward. So clock's running. We're under 9:30 now. I'm not sure what Perspectives is looking for here. It's I think you got to try and get it outside. There's no inside run at all for them right now.
Yeah, I mean, you know, if they can set the edge. They have athletes up front. We saw that in the pregame and then along the defensive line, but it seems like they're just, for whatever reason, unwilling to try anything to the outside.
So here they go under center for the first time. There's going to be a big push in the back. Not going anywhere. The Dolphins just stopped that. There was no push. The way they had lined up, I thought the running back was going to come up and push number 3 in the back. But that's going to be a turnover on downs.
Reggie Bush style.
That's what I thought we were going for.
Yeah.
But the Dolphins had great penetration there. They're going to say no gain, but that was actually a loss of 2 or 3. So the Dolphins ball, clock is running at 8:40. 1st and 10 for the Dolphins on the 39. And I got to be honest with you, Charlie, not the way I thought this game was going to go at all.
Yeah, I mean, you were telling me this.
I thought this was going to be I thought these guys were going to be as competitive as the Westinghouse game was last week, because you got some great athletes. But the thing that Whitney Young has done is they've taken the edges away and won the inside on both the offensive line and defensive line. So here we go. Change the quarterback for the Dolphins. Anthony Hood, number 3, is coming in. He's gonna take the snaps. Let's see what else we got. Number 21, Harry Nagas is in the game as a wide receiver. We'll try and get you all the numbers that are now in there.
23 is coming off the edge.
So,
oh, maybe not.
Julian Ramirez takes the inside handoff. He's down to the 20, down to the 22-yard line. So a pickup of 23 for the senior Julian Ramirez, 5'11", 176. First time he's in the game tonight.
This seems to be the point in the game where you call a play hoping for 3 yards, and they start coming 20-yard plays.
So a 17-yard pickup for Julian Ramirez on his first carry of the year. Let's see what other numbers. I want to get the numbers out there for you. It looks like number 10, Andrew Latham, a freshman, 5'6" and 136 is in the game. Ramirez is the running back. There's somebody in the slot that I can't see a number. So Hood's looking around. He's waiting for the snap. Ooh, another handoff to Ramirez.
Up there.
He picks up a yard. In on offense for the first time today, I think, is number 5, Quinn Duhan. He's a freshman, 5'7", 142. He's been playing special teams all year. They gave him a yard on that. So 2nd and 9 from the perspectives, 21. The clock continues to roll at 6:26. So the Dolphins, I don't know if you can say the Dolphins come home and do what they're expected to do, but I think if you're Coach Finger, Coach Lemming, and defensive coordinator Coach Leonard, you have to be super happy with this performance from the Dolphins. You just played really, really well on both sides of the ball, and special teams played great tonight too. Handoff to Ramirez. He's going to lose yardage this time. Back to the 25. Didn't have a shot that time.
Well, and Coach Finger said before the game, he said this is a business trip. And, you know, they came in, they took care of business, and they're on to Phillips next week. They avoided sort of the look-ahead possibility. And, you know, they're taking it one game at a time. And when they walk out of here, they'll be playoff eligible for the first time since you said 2015. I mean, it's a big night, and to do it on homecoming nonetheless. That's a big step forward from, you know, where – program was at a few years ago.
And next week's competition is a huge step up in quality without a doubt. But you have to be happy with the way the offense has played the last 2 games after that 10-8 struggle at Lane Tech. The offense has played super, super good, and the defense continues to impress. Coach Leonard, Anthony Hood keeps it this time, runs inside.
He's got to move.
They're going to call holding. Nope. So he's going to get down to the 10-yard line. He kept it. I'm not sure if that was a read or a design play, but he kept it. It's going to be first down for the Dolphins. 1st and 10 at the 10, so 1st and goal.
You know, Hood has really good vision. He reads his blockers very well. And, you know, when you see somebody kind of cover as much of the field as he does on one of his runs, it can mean either he's not seeing the field or he is. And I think he is on this one.
He's super quick, too. He's got great reflexes, great feet. There were some reports out of some of the summer camps this week or this summer that he just impressed some of the coaches who were there with not only with his toughness in his hands, but with how fast he was. So
I certainly believe that.
So the clock is ticking. We're at 4:10, so it'll be under 4 minutes when this is snapped. Wildemuth still in the game. Next to Latham. Duhan at the top with Nagasa. Now they're just waiting for the umpire to give him the 10-second call. Fumble, ball on the ground. Ramirez picks it up. So it's going to be 2nd and 10. I think he got back to the line of scrimmage. Just a miscommunication on the handoff. I almost guarantee you these two guys have never been in the same backfield together.
Yeah, well, yeah. That was a good reaction from Ramirez on that play to quickly corral that ball.
So it's great that the senior gets out there on homecoming, gets some time. So Dale's coming back into the game, not sure. So by the time we get this playoff, we'll be under 3 minutes. Dale's going in for Latham. The ball. So they're saying they put the ball down at the 12. I'm not really sure how that works, but whatever. All right, so it looks like that brief shower passed us by.
Yeah, it seems to have. Knock on wood.
Yeah, so we're good there.
Not seeing any, but.
So 2nd down for Hood, ball in 12-yard line. Ramirez to his right. 3 receivers in the formation. Dale lined up as an H-back. He thought his night was done.
3 down linemen for perspectives.
So they're just waiting for the play clock. 2:20 on the game clock. Hood waits for the snap. He takes a snap. He's going to roll out on his own. He rolls to his right. Back to the 10, to the 5. Touchdown, Anthony Hood. So the Dolphins get one more. So that's Anthony Hood from
Nothing too complicated about that one.
No. So Anthony Hood from 12 yards out. So he's had a night to tell everybody about.
Yeah, he had his weird pick 6. I mean, if he scored something on special teams, he would have gone 3 for 3.
So the clock continues to run even on the extra point. So we're at 1:30. They might not even get the kickoff here, Charlie. They might just call it good. So Skotanis to snap, McHale to hold, Lozano to kick. The snap, the hold, the kick is up. The kick is good.
Could they theoretically just take a bunch of false starts?
They could, but the clock's going to run. So, I mean,
right.
They might not even. So the Dolphins put up 46. They put up 46 on homecoming. Looks like the Whitney Young staff is trying to get the kids to head for the buses. Probably. 40 seconds on the clock. They're just going to line it up. They're not going to kick this off, Charlie. At all.
Looks like that'll do it.
So the now traditional COVID wave, post-game wave. Dolphins are super excited.
Oh, that's funny. They don't do that handshake. Yeah. I bet it's a lot easier to.
No hand, right. So the clock clicks down 2-1. The Dolphins are 5-0.
Look at that.
So, Charlie, I'll give you a quick scoring recap here. In the first quarter, on a 50-yard drive after the fumble recovery, Frank Skotanis went in from 27 yards on 4 plays. Dolphins missed the extra point to make it 6-0. In the second, after the short punt, Dolphins went 7 plays, 46 yards. Pat McHale from 1 yard out made the extra point this time, 13-0. Still in the second, another 7-play drive from the 45 this time of Perspectives. McHale from 8 yards out missed the extra point, 19-0. To close out the scoring in the first half, 10 plays, 40 yards. McHale to Hood from 5 yards out made the extra point, 26-0 at the half. And then the third quarter, just more of the same. One play, 25-yard run from McHale, made the extra point, 32-0. So he had to make that run twice.
Yeah.
And then the craziest pick six you'll see this high school season.
I still can't believe it.
McHale with the interception, flipped it up unintentionally to Hood. Hood went, 55 yards for the pick six, missed the extra point, 39-0. And then to close out the scoring, Anthony Hood went in from 12 yards out on the quarterback keeper, made the extra point for our final score tonight of 46-0. What do you think, high school football here in Illinois?
It's something. I enjoyed it. There's a few things kind of nicer than the late September high school football games when it's just perfect out.
And it's starting to rain again, so we're going to get out here just in time. As always, a special thanks to all the great folks at Whitney Young High School, head coach Dan Finger, principal Dr. Joyce D. Kenner, and athletic director Chris Cassidy. From Perspectives, Coach Terry Jones, Senior Director of Athletics Tyree Jackson, and Senior Principal Aaron Powell. Lastly, huge thanks to you, Charlie Bevins, for coming out tonight.
Thank you,
Hopefully
Tony.
we can get you out to another game. We'll see what's going on, maybe when we get to the playoffs.
Absolutely.
Your Dolphins are on the road next Saturday when they take on the preeminent public school football program in the city of Chicago, the Phillips Wildcats at Gately Stadium. Game time, 1 p.m. Perspectives also heads to Gately Stadium. They'll face Simeon Friday night at 7:15 p.m. Whitney Young continues their winning ways and becomes playoff eligible, moving to 5-0 on the season. Perspective loses and falls to 1-4 on the season. For everyone at Whitney Young football, for Charlie Bevins, this is Tony McHale saying goodnight from Rockne Stadium in Chicago, Illinois, the greatest city in the world. So long, everybody.